Welcome everybody, welcome HyperX Scrim Season 1, Week 2, Night 3. Casted by me, RANDOMX, and of course Pickford from Misfire. There is a 3-minute delay. Teams are filling up the room right now, and we should be seeing some action very soon. So kick back, relax, and I'll be chatting with you guys to the chat, and I'll be joining Pickford soon in the VC. So I'll see you guys in a bit. What's up, Pickford? What's up?
Are you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. How you? Hello, Rollins. Welcome, everybody. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Thunder babies, huh? Yeah, we should have a full lobby tonight, guys. Full lobby. So Pickford, if you're able to, can you tell us all the good information leading up to tonight?
Can you hear?
Sounds I can barely make out what you're saying.
Is that better?
There you go.
All right, sorry about that. Getting ready to start. We had some pretty crazy events, especially last Wednesday with True Esports. So let's put it this way, Random. Last Friday, as you know, Friday is 4 events. You're going to score points over 4 matches, correct? Pretty
Yes.
simple concept. Last Friday, 187 Black won with 124 points.
Okay.
So with it, and that was with that they played 4 matches on Wednesday. True Esports won in 3 matches and scored 125 points. So that just kind of shows you the domination. The second place team, 187 Black, scored 85 points or 40 points less than True Esports.
Wow.
So I
To
guess
make for an
from
interesting
my
night.
exactly. And with that said, so I did a little research. Me being a broadcast journalist, I'm getting to the bottom of every story. And it looks like we had a team there called themselves True Savages. That was a team that was really from True Esports that was playing. But I guess that's their B team. So I guess they decided to bring in their A team. And holy criminy, was it an A team? I think they had 51 kills in 3 matches. Why I keep getting kicked out?
51 kills in 3 matches. Wow. That
For some reason, I keep getting
is
kicked
a
out of the room.
whole lot of kills for sure.
I think the problem is I have to go into. I have a little trouble getting kicked out of the room. I think I have to turn off my Wi-Fi assist. If that is. But anyway, with that said, that obviously had a big effect on the power rankings. But the power rankings are very, very, very close. In first place, we have Hacks. These are of course are unofficial until Monday, but Hacks is in first place with 92 points. But Outcast Alpha is in second, also with 92 points. But Hacks has the lead with the kills, 106 to 71. In third place, 187 Black with 91 kills. So only 1 point separating first, second, and third. Very, very, very close.
Wow. And we still barely on week 2. So
Yes, this is the last match of week 2, and it's kind of in little groups. Then you have kind of the next group, which is 4, 5, and 6. So you have Dream Killers, formerly Broham Elite, that have 63 points. True Esports, a team that dominated with their A team, has a 61 points, and in sixth place, the Woo with 57. So they kind of are in that second tier group. I mean, I apologize for not being a little stuttering because I keep getting kicked out of the room. If you just give me 1 second, I'm going to just fix something, and then I'll be right back to make sure I don't get kicked out before we get
oh yeah,
joined up.
definitely can't have that happen. Go ahead and fix. So we should be starting, guys, in, let's see. I believe these start 5 minutes after the hour, if I'm not mistaken. I can't see. Okay. Good luck, everybody. Good luck to all those contestants out there. Pickford's having some technical difficulties, so hopefully he'll be back. Definitely the most important thing is that he gets in here and is able to spectate the match. These are scrims, buddy. Sorry. Men of 4. There we go. So we got a lot of the usual suspects as usual. Let's see if I don't recognize any of these teams. Let's see.
There we go. I apologize for that, Random.
It's all good.
It's all fixed. before today, I uploaded to the new iOS 14,
Mm-hmm.
and it turned back on my Wi-Fi assist. And to all those guys listening out there, if you have a situation where you're constantly kicked out of custom rooms for some reason, and you think that, if you're playing with random and it's customs, and you're constantly getting kicked out, you think random's kicking you out, and random's like, I'm not kicking anybody out. What's the reason for me is, if you have an iOS device or Apple device, there's a thing called Wi-Fi Assist. And what it does is when your Wi-Fi goes a little bit low, it'll automatically switch over to cellular data. But what the room does is it thinks you've disconnected and it kicks you out.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
what you have to do is you have to turn off your Wi-Fi Assist in your settings, and that'll prevent you. Because I got kicked out like 4 times in the room while we were waiting up, so I had to go back in there and fix it because I said I just downloaded the new iOS. So anyway, with that said, we talked about True. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We had Dream Killers, True Esports, and the Woo in that second tier, and then we have from 7 to 13, really 11-point difference. From Men of 4 with 38 points to Misfire with 27, from 7 to 13. So they're only 11 points different. So very, very tightly packed up in that between those 5 positions. Then of course I think after that, you get down to some of the teams that maybe aren't playing all the events, playing in one event here or there, and their points.
They're just looking for a scrim to kind of do that day potentially. Definitely really, adds a good dynamic to these rounds, though. I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had on Wednesday say Spray and Pray came in, and they only played. That was the only event they played so far, but they came in and they did well because they're obviously Spray and Pray is a quality team, quality organization. They're not trying to win the whole thing, but they came in here and they really did some damage. In fact, Wednesday's results were very, very, kind of odd, except for 187 Black that came in second place. The other teams, OUTcast Alpha came in 15th place.
Wow.
Hacks, which was also second place, came in 19th place.
Okay.
A lot of teams that were.
So that was good for OUTcast
well.
Alpha. Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it really helped out 187 Black because 187 Black was about 20 points out of in third place, really getting the Hacks and OUTcast Alpha were kind of pushing away from 187 Black. 187 Black was able to now pretty much not only tie it, but come in third place now, only 1 point away from OUTcast Alpha, and they have 123 kills to OUTcast Alpha 71. So if they can get this one more point and tie up OUTcast Alpha, they'll take that lead too.
Yeah.
So it's very, very close. It's very, very close, not only for that top spot, but also in that top 5 position. You know how important it is to be that top 5, so you can qualify for some of these great prizes.
Yes, exactly.
That are coming out. And with that said, in these scripts sponsored by HyperX, we also have the little cherry topper popper, the Fragger Award. Trick right now from the Woo, currently in first place with 43 kills in 6 matches. Then we have Twists with multiple Z's, Mr. Zebra from 187, Mystic from 187, Junie from the Woo, Marsh Brownie in 8th place with 27, Brett with 24, and Peachy from Attitude rounding on the top 10 with 22 kills. So, and with that 43, let's put it this way: I think Trick had 1 kill on Wednesday. So he had 42 kills through 5 events. Kind of had the Woo,
bad day,
with the Woo, which was in I think 4th place going into Wednesday. Also, they had a bad kind of outing for what they want, and where were they? They came in 22nd place. Yeah, They were 4th place in the power rankings, coming in 22nd place on Wednesday. So Wednesday, I said, was a very, very unique team. I think it was because it was all the TPP. We had a lot of different teams come in, and so jump spots. We noticed that a lot of times the jump positions have been kind of the same for the teams. They've kind of figured out where they're going to jump, and other teams are respecting that. But with Wednesday, people had 1 or 2 or 3 teams where they would normally be alone.
Yeah.
And it really caused havoc in the
and then the whole dynamic.
Lobby.
That's why, like, when you said Spray and Pray had joined, which they don't normally join, I'm pretty sure adding a new team like that to the drops also changes a whole lot of things as well.
Exactly.
And you said they did pretty well as well. So
yeah, Spray and Pray, they do like to jump military. So a couple of teams like OUTcast, Bravo, OUTcast, and a couple of teams are trying to kind of like peek into military. But if you know Spray and Pray, that's where they jump every time.
Yeah.
So these guys were just trying to like kind of maybe roll in or whatever, and Spurper was already there. That caused a lot of havoc. So, and one thing that we've noticed is that as these scrims, the quality of teams is better and better. It takes longer and longer to get points. And I did a little figuring out. And if you play a Erangel scrim random, the match can only last 35 minutes. After 35 minutes, the blue zone takes up the whole map, and you're dead.
Okay.
So we're at 25 minutes into the match. So only 10 minutes are left. We had 57 players and 16 teams left. So for 25 minutes, almost no one was good. People were getting killed. I mean, we had already lost 8-9 teams, but we still had people were still getting 1 point after 25 minutes. And then of course it goes just hogwire, and that's where we went to losing points. Is that as soon as that battle that anarchy breaks out, who are those teams that can? We'll have to watch this today in Erangel. Who can survive from about team 15 to about team 8? Because that's really where the rotation is screwed up, and that's where you can really lose or gain a lot of points in this match.
And that's when a lot of the most deaths within the shortest amount of time also happens when you get to that low.
Everyone's trying to rotate it, and then it kind of settles down when you have 8 teams, and you see that you have that big circle kind of like at the end where the teams are kind of pushed out around the edge. Don't want to really peak, and you get to, say it's a 4-on-4 on 4 on 3 on 2, at the very end. But it's like getting from that. It's a lot of luck and a lot of gameplay. I know a lot of teams are really looking at rotating into zones earlier in the 3rd, 4th circle because they're trying to get into the zone on that 3rd and 4th circle late. And every entranceway is taken. No matter where you end up, there's always going to be a squad there. So maybe a lot of teams are thinking about getting there early, trying to kind of change up their late rotation. Because I think a lot of teams, when it comes to scrims, and this is no disrespect to them, really don't have a lot of experience in that end game battle. And now, as they haven't had the reps of how to deal with that last circle. And now a lot of teams are learning that and getting better and getting there, and they have to learn on the fly. Trying to figure out how to get that that end circle kills in.
Indeed. All right, so we are starting just south of military base. I'm expecting a few teams to drop off. I already do see 10 HP, Team 19, Team 8 dropping inside a military base, and this is gonna go to the left side. I'm sorry, of Pachinki and just west of Severny. So a decent flight path. Not quite down center, but I do see quite a few teams already going towards military. We have 8 and 19. Let's see if they both decide to drop there. Looks like 8's going to kind of float past there. I'm not sure. Quite a few teams down here by Ferry Pier. Maybe even some going towards Primorsk. A lot of teams
are jumping out, going west. A lot of teams don't go on that west side, on that short side of the play path. There's a lot. I mean,
there's quite a few.
I can't even count them all. There's so many.
Let's see. We have 2 teams right now currently heading towards Pachinki. Team 3 kind of over there by themselves, west of farm area. OUTcast Charlie and Team 17. Let me actually get my little cheat sheet up. My bad. True Esports. I'm sorry. And also Broham going past Rozhawk. It looks like they're gonna be aiming for Yasnaya potentially. Let's go look at Severny. We have Team The Forgotten and Ghost Melee Elite heading towards Severny. OUTcast Alpha heading towards Zarki. We do have 3 teams. No, make that 4 teams inside of North Georgepol. So let's actually take a look. Unfortunately for our D1 patron, he is AFK, and people are still just barely landing right now. Team 24 has been here. Let's see if they've gotten any loot. So 4 teams right now inside of North George. We have these 2 teams inside. In fact, one of them is Hacks, which I believe you said they were 3rd currently, unofficially.
Hacks is currently 1st place.
Oh, first place, unofficially. Okay, there you go.
And look at these. I wish I had jumped into Jump Stallbury. You know how sweet it'd be up there, on top of the hill, still in the zone. But nobody jumped up there. A lot of people jumping that southwest corner. I don't think I know that 187 likes it down there. Misfire is like in that new quarry, but I don't know these other teams. We'll have to see how well they know it and how well they're able to adapt to all the new changes on this map.
We have 2 teams right now inside of Primorsk as well. 23, which is Infamous, and Team 16, Men of 4 Bravo. Let's go take a peek real quick to see what's going on over here.
Infamous is a new player on their team. They've had the same 4 guys for months. But looks like they have what school arrow. It looks like if I'm reading that right. Looks like he's a new
Oh,
school
yeah.
arrow. Like this Infamous team has had the same team
Cool
for
Arrow,
months.
Or maybe he just decided to change his name and it's the same player, right?
Yeah, it could. I mean, it could be. That's a very
Oh,
good point,
we got
sir.
some action going on inside of Pachinki. Kashi and Sway have been knocked by Hacks. This is bad company right now. He's the only one up right now, Sicario. As Hacks rolls in, they know they got 2. They don't know if there's 1 or 2 left, but they definitely know they got the advantage. And down he goes. So Hacks getting some early kills inside of Pachinki, stating their dominance over Pachinki. And we do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 teams inside of Yasnaya. Of course, the rule they like to drop inside Yasnaya. Down goes Killer for True Esports, getting knocked by Trick. Trick right now currently the point leader when it comes to kills amongst everyone right now. Another knock. So 2 knocked for Team True Esports. Cash and Elia, only one's up. And down goes Cash. They're getting some early points, and it looks like Elia's gonna just take off. There's no point. Just go try to stay alive for placement points at this point. Very nicely done. So Trick already early in this first round, adding some extra kills to his
a little heads up. We will be talking to later on tonight in one of our interview segments. We'll be talking to Cash from True Esports. We'll also be talking to Bliss from 10 HP after match 1 and 2, and of course we're gonna have our normal segment with C-Dub P matches 2 and 3, where we're gonna continue to talk about rotations and how important those are.
So it looks like Mina 4 Bravo have kind of circled to the side of Infamous. Cool Arrow taking quite a bit of damage. No helmet right now for him. Gordo's pretty close to someone.
Although Metaphor Bravo is the second team, they're currently right now unofficially in 11th place in the power rankings with Metaphor at 7th. So this Metaphor Bravo team is still a quality team. It should not be slept on.
Where's the other guy? Are these guys only... Oh no, there's 4 of them. Where's the other one? Where's his angle? I see them all down here. Gordo, he got to be careful because he's right there by himself. Down goes Cool Arrow. So Kaboom trying to push away from here. And down goes Kaboom, getting knocked by Gordo. We got Demon and Roadless now. The only ones up for Infamous.
And surprisingly, FP is playing with the Bravo team. FP is normally a member of the Alpha team, the main team, but looks like he's been playing with the B team for tonight.
They needed a sub. And down goes Demon Roadless now. The only one left. Gets a knock on Dark J. He needs to heal up. They know he's by himself now. They're going to push. He's taking too long to heal up. He could have healed already. There you go. Dark Chase still hasn't been picked up.
Does he have any? I wonder if he has any utilities. If he could throw a smoke or something.
He did. Yeah, he did actually do that already. It kind of landed kind of far away, so it didn't really smoke up the stairs as much as he wanted to. But now they've gotten Dark J up. Now they're gonna push Amamon and FP. And down goes Roadless. Infamous taken out inside of Primor's taken out by Metaphor Bravo. Let's go take a peek at Yasnaya. So it looks like the team that was here, Broham, has actually taken off from here. So now we have just a wound inside of Yasnaya by themselves. They should be able to get good loot. Yeah, let's go back to North George. Still 4 teams here. Still 4 teams here.
And if you saw earlier that the Brohim Elite team has left Brohim, and the whole entire Elite team and started Dream Killers, the team that's currently in 4th place. But it's on the Brohim Alpha, or their second team, is now their pretty much only team, but they're staying with it, and they're going to keep trying to move up these power rankings as the only now team that Brohim has.
Oh, let's go check out Team 25. I do see some action with Team 4. OUTcast Charlie driving right past here. This is Lube driving past with a trike heading towards school. OUTcast Charlie has school all to themselves, so they should be nicely looted from there. Teams are making their way from military base early on. Let's go check out 187. They're staying surprisingly quiet right now, but they are currently right now heading towards Pachinki, and we do have Hacks in here. Hacks right now currently in the lead, and I believe you said 187 is second place, right?
Third place, but only 1 point
behind. Oh, okay, only 1 point behind. So
if when these guys get into it, I mean, it would be a huge effect. Especially, I mean, I've never seen 187 do as poorly as he did on Wednesday. Like, as we said, I mean, I don't want to say not 187, but Hacks do as poorly as he did Wednesday, coming in 19th place. So I'm sure that they're looking for some redemption after doing so well in the first week.
I think they picked up a Groza. No, an MK14. Let's go back to Yasnaya. Let's see if we see any action there yet. These guys are kind of separated. We do have someone. Cartels has been knocked. Yeah, this is kind of. I do see 2 flares too. Let's see who's the one that's over there. Is it Team 19? I can't tell. I can't look up high enough. I want to say Team 19 has 2 flares coming in, and they were some of the teams that went towards military base, so it would make sense if they came back with 2 flares right there. About to have some decent loot dropping in from, especially since there's no more DBS inside. And it looks like 187 has got a knock on someone from Team 14 drop, and they are pushing. Trying to get some early kills. They know there's only a couple of points separating them from.
It's so dangerous in these early parts. A team rolls up on you. You think you're safe, and the next thing you know, 187 is in your grill, smacking you. And
Rob Tom has been knocked. Moldy, you guys have to be careful. He has Clown and Mr. Zebra to the side of him. Here comes the rest of 187. Murda has been knocked. And Moldy now knocked. They need to get the revive on Moldy. Downer's still extremely hurt. Only has bandages. They should be able to get the revive on Murder. Downer right now. Only bandages. He's not going to be able to heal up fully. Unfortunately for him. Here goes a nade. That is not going to do anything. They already rotated away from there. As soon as they get the revive on Murder and heal up, they are going to push this. Very nearly gets hit with that molly.
I don't think 187's very
Here
good
comes
at
Zebra.
it. They're going to be peppering up this inside of that building with as much smoke as as many grenades and mollies as they have before they make that rush. They want to get them as low as possible. There you go. That's a prime example right there.
Very nicely done. Now Zeus suddenly by himself. Here comes the push by 187. Down goes Clown. Doesn't matter. Down goes Zeus. So 187 getting some early kills. And look at the zone shift. So right now they can actually stay there if they want. We do have Team Hacks heading towards OUTcast Charlie inside of school right now. It doesn't look like Hacks has had any luck finding any kind of vehicles. They're all traveling on foot right now. Kind of a dangerous thing to do is be on foot.
Yeah, that's a huge difference between like when we play classics and you play scrims. You're so susceptible to shots, getting ran over to so much damage running, especially in an open field, going over to school. I mean, it's very surprising that OUTcast Charlie doesn't have anybody kind of looking that way. I mean, you could really do some damage to both Luis and Cobra as they run across the field, but They either don't have an angle on it, or they can't see it because of the swimming pool. But you should have somebody over there just keeping an eye out and putting some rounds in, because those would be some pretty easy kills if you did have somebody out there.
Oh yeah, because no cover at all. Look at Lube jumps. Let's see if okay, I don't know what to call him because I don't know what that says. So
Which
down
one,
goes Lube. No, the team for hacks.
Japanese character Kenji or Japanese characters.
Yeah, Trick passing back. We have the Wood passing directly past the school. Let's see if they decide to come back to try to get some kills. 2 members knocked for OUTcast Charlie. 1 member knocked for hacks. And let's see. The Wu have decided just to keep driving. They need to get the revive on Wu.
Hex knows who's in there. If I'm Hex, I'm going to get my guy up. I'm going to get us all healthy. If Hex should think that they're a better team than OUTcast Charlie, they should have that confidence and say, let's get healthy, let's go back in there, and let's do this correctly, and let's push.
Cyrac driving right past 187. He's going to get blown up out of there. Run. He very nearly gets knocked. He was the last one in that little caravan of Wu. And of course, the last ones are always the ones that get the hurting. And Jonica and Daffs from the Wu have decided to come over here. Down goes Daffs. Jonica trying to run for cover. This is not a good spot for Jonica to be in. Wow. Down goes Jonica. I'm not sure. The Wu should not have came back here.
Yes, that was a bad call. I mean, it's going to be very dangerous.
And we do have hacks now taking out OUTcast Charlie. And in fact, I just switched over to Cobra, and down goes OUTcast Charlie. I even seen a pan kill in there somewhere. Wow.
And that's what I mean. Hack's a smart team. They got knocked a couple times, and they slowed down and said, "Whoa, let's relax. Let's take this. We know who's over there. Let's take this a little bit smarter and do the best we can. This is OUTcast Charlie. We should be able to beat them." They did that. They're able to push it as a group and be a lot more successful.
We have Misfire right now rolling up on Team Wu's Trick right now. I hate this little spot. This spot is so...
The little
corner. Yeah, the little corner right there. And now Misfire completely unaware.
I know these guys. Someone should check that. That is something that we've talked about. I don't know if they're going to remember because Vulcan's going to set up the vehicles. They're going to get a perimeter, and someone should check that little we call the cheaters corner. But we'll have to see.
Here comes Vulcan.
Does.
And down goes Vulcan.
Now he's going to get over. They got to get over there and get it before he gets thirsted.
Artemis takes shots at Trick. He's trying to... Oh, that nade bounced back. No. Oh, and it does damage to him. They opted not to save Vulcan. They're going all the way around.
Now they're
going all the way around.
Now they see him around there. They got to get back over to him. That should be Zozu should be going over there to pick him up.
Down goes Trick. Let's see, can Zozu clutch this save right now? And he does. And they get the kill on Trick. Cyrac right now forced to swim in the water. I wonder if Misfire has heard or at least seen that. Artemis is healed. Vulcan has been revived. Always check that corner, guys. Always check that corner. I hate that corner. So many times I've been killed by people there.
Cyrax coming back up into the water. Decided not to go across. It's staying up right underneath the castle ruins. But Zozu here. They hear something now. They know somebody's down there. Now watch out, Zozu. If you go down there by yourself, you can get thirsted and or knocked and thirsted very easily.
Look at Vulcan. Here comes Vulcan. They need to push together.
Yes.
Oh no!
He's gonna thirst him now.
And he gets the thirst.
And that's why
he is so hurt.
Push together.
And Artemis has been knocked by Mr. Zebra from across the way. Down goes Vulcan.
See, this is why you push together. Now he's gonna get over here. He's gonna get thirsted. And look at this one guy, Shrek, who had 5 HP. If they had pushed together, he would be dead right now. But because they're pushing one at a time, they're both dead. And now he's going to go, Shrek's going to go back in there. He's going to heal back up. And hopefully Artemis and Fatboy are smart enough to push together and deal with this as a group. Looks like they're going to go down there. Shrek hears them. And now they're pushing together as a group. Wow. And Fatboy is able to find Shrek. Wow, what great gameplay by this guy. Oh, he. That was excellent gameplay. Almost took out all of Misfire by themselves. Kudos to Shrek.
I want to say that that he got killed from drowning, right? Because it was like instant. That sucks.
Oh,
I think that's what it was.
Well, he got knocked in the water. If you got knocked in the water, you automatically died.
He died. I didn't think he was that low. I mean, that deep of a water to get instantly killed like that, but that definitely sucks. We have Team 8 right now going to be driving past Team Mena 4 and as well as OUTcast Alpha. In fact, they're half's going to OUTcast Alpha, the other half's going to Mena 4. C-Dub gets knocked. Down goes Sarge. Marsh is the only one up right here. In fact, never mind. I do see another teammate right here.
One thing that's been a problem with OUTcast is when they rotate in separate vehicles, a good distance away. And a lot of times in their rotations, some people get knocked and killed. Brown was having to run, but he's able to get out of there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're just going to have to leave him. Oh, wow. So the rest of OUTcast has all been knocked. Brownie crashes into the tree. And he's stuck. He's not in a good spot.
Oh, wow. Wow.
This is not a good spot. Down goes all of OUTcast except for Brownie. Brownie's the only hope. And unfortunately for him, Thunder Buddies, Team 24. They know exactly where he's at. He's pinned right now.
But then you have the Forgotten right on the other side.
Yeah, if they decide to just take a peek over that. Oh, never mind. Down goes Brownie. Finished off. I'm assuming by Team 24 they were looking towards them. Let's go check out Diverse.
That's obviously on a 15th place finish. It's not where where OUTcast Alpha's wanting to finish. They're going to have to make up for that in these 4-round matches.
Yes, definitely. Because right now we're barely
What's good about
14th place.
There's still time.
Yeah, there's still time. Definitely. Let's see. How many kills did they have to begin with? They had 1 kill, so yeah.
So they got 2 points in that first match. That's gonna be very difficult, but they can still do it. I mean, 2 or 3 quality top 5 finishes, and you're right back in the top 10.
I mean, it's still early enough right now that you can still kind of conceive that Hacks and 187 could go down before we even get to the top 10, and
exactly.
then they'll still get very little points. So
and like we said, although this match is a lot more high speed than it was last time. We're only 21 minutes in, and we're already down to 14 teams, where it took us 26 minutes last time. So
Cabra has been knocked. Yeah, there's actually been action pretty much throughout the entire round right now. Down goes Bug, and it looks like Blade. Down goes Blade. I didn't even get to switch. Killed by that name.
187. They're on
11 kills. 11 kills right now.
Tonight, so they're starting out strong.
11 kills so far, and they still have potentially 39 more people that they can get some extra kill points off of right now.
And you know what?
Normally
I would say that's like, oh yeah, 39. But you know, with this team, I wouldn't be surprised if they take at least half to 2/3 of those kills.
And they actually got a decent place in zone as well right now.
And that's what we see. Like that's what OUTcast Alpha was trying to rotate it in that 4th zone. They weren't able to. 187 was getting a compound, taking it from the Forgotten, and now getting set up for this late game.
All right, so now we have a battle going on between Thunder Buddies and 187 Black, both on the opposite side of this road. Let's see what Team 8's gonna do, because right now they're kind of. It's like they're gonna go take the coastline. It looks like. I don't think they meant to get that knockdown there. Is he Cobra right now for Hacks is driving in the water?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Jump! Oh! No, why did you jump? No.
The first ting 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 you hear when you're
You
on a boat.
jump,
Jump.
dude. You jump.
The first thing
one.
you hear.
Yeah, because those things are so fragile. Like 4 or 5 shots, and you're already smoking and on fire. Wow.
By the time you hear the first shot, 4 or 5 shots have probably already hit. You better just jump because you're gonna die.
Although I will say this, I'm glad I was able to watch it though, because we hardly ever see boats being used. So. Alright, so the rest of the hacks right now sharing a trike. I kid you not, this is like the worst for them right now. And they have a boat and a trike. Yeah.
Yeah. What's worse than a boat? Let's get a trike.
Going right towards Ghost Melee Elites. Dude. Wow. And they get the knock on Savage. Down goes Hacks. Coming in 13th place. That is just
that's
a bunch of bad luck right there. Although they do have 8 kills, but still going down this early. 13th place. That's barely any points right there. They're gonna get more points for kills than they did placement.
Yeah, the 13th points. They're gonna give 4 placement points, but still 12 points overall with the kills.
Right now, let's see. I'm trying to switch over. Broham very nearly caused 187 to go out early as well. Mr. Zebra able to clutch that and get the revive on Clown, or else they would have went down 12th place. But they have 14 kills right now, though. They're just racking up those kill points right now. Team 19 and 20.
With so many kills, there's still a lot of room in this circle. Though it's one of the last circles.
Did he really just gave up all his loot? They're not even messing with them neither. That'd be funny if he grabs his gun and just kills them all. They're literally not even messing with them, just leave him alone.
Look at Fatboy just driving right through all by himself to the center of the zone. He takes the F-Boy shack in the middle of the zone all by his lonesome.
There you go.
While the rest of the teams are trying to push in, so...
He was able to get in there. I mean, there's quite a few teams that he had to push through, and he got in there relatively unscathed.
Oh, so is he AFK?
Who, this Patron guy? Yeah. Like, he gave up all his loot. You can see it all right there, and he's just AFK, and they're just not even messing with him.
But how would he know why did he give up his loot if he knew he was going to go AFK? Like, how did he know that? You always said, I'm going to leave. I got to go. Yeah. So, wow. Well, I tell you what. This team, Team 8, is doing him a solid by allowing him to stay alive and therefore get more placement points for his team for Division 1.
Yeah, because right now, that's an extra point for a team. What is that, 19 down there?
Yeah,
they're easy free extra point.
As soon as he kills, that'll be 10 teams left. So the next team out gets 7 points instead of 6. So
let's go check out
get into that top 10.
Mena4's move into zone, going kind of between Team 24 Thunder Buddies and 187. Gonna drive past. The good thing about Fatboy putting his car there is people are gonna already automatically assume there's a vehicle. There's people there.
There's another vehicle already blown up there, I think.
Yeah, so they're definitely not wanting to head towards down there. So he lucked out. Eventually, though, especially if the zone ends by him, it's gonna be tough.
This is what happened with the top strikers on Wednesday.
We have Thunder Buddies and Team 8 Dream Killers right now on this hill. All but one person.
It's knocked 2 of 187.
Let's go,
Clown. Clown is the only one up.
Oh, and look at Clown has Team 19 rolling up right behind him. He gets one knocked, and down goes Clown. Down goes 187, 10th place, but with 15 kills.
So that's going to give them what? That'll give them...
All the top teams right now...
plus 23 points.
Yeah, all the top teams right now went down 10th place or higher. In the top 3.
So, it's loud, but this is really valuable for a lot of these teams to now score some big points going into this next Miramar match at FTP.
Down goes OUTcast Bravo. 10 HP, trying to get the revive on their buddy Fatboy right now, just chilling right now. Look at the zone he got.
Yes,
He's
Fat
got to
Boy's
be loving that zone right now.
I guarantee you, Jake and Artemis are talking to him like, "Hey, don't move, don't make any noise, don't let anybody know you're there. You got the two vehicles there. They don't know where you're at, so just stay there." And all these teams now, because if you push into there, you know that there's gonna be teams at every angle that are gonna shoot you while you push into that area. So every team is kind of supporting Fat Boy.
Down goes Amanda. And Deanna's about to potentially get knocked right now. This zone's about to force a lot of bad decisions for Team 24.
Yeah, that's an excellent statement, Random. Yes.
Down goes Team 24. Luckily for 10 HP, they can potentially... Wait, he just got knocked by his own teammate's nade. Very nice. So, yeah, so with Fatboy, see, because he lucked out. So right now, teams don't know it's just him by himself. They see two vehicles here, so they're thinking there's potentially a squad there. So no one's wanting to push towards that shack. Here comes Team 19 pushing towards Ghost Melee Elite. Down goes Ghost, Stanky, and Michael. Very nearly knocked. Michael needs to heal up. Here comes a nade. Does not do any damage. Souza knocked. A little too late. Down goes Michael.
Because there's so much open space between Fat Boy and the rest of them, if you do try to push them, you're going to get shot by all the teams around you in that push. Here they come.
Here they come.
They're finally going to have to deal with Fat Boy. Let's see how this is handled.
They don't know he's in there. I feel like I should whisper so they don't give away his position.
I know. I'm supposed to like just start chucking grenades out the door.
Oh, no. He spotted him. No, wait, no. I thought he was gonna maybe like third person peek in there.
He has. Someone's third person peek is gonna throw a grenade. Is it gonna work? Everybody's jumping out. Oh, he drops.
Down goes Bliss. Down goes Goldie.
Oh, one more. Oh, he's booty bandit.
The only thing is, he's lucky. There's no one directly behind him. He's preparing that nade. No, he got that nade. Oh. Missed. The third party. GG. So we got two teams left. Right now, Team 19 definitely in the better position. They got the hill. They got the zone. Goldie's still knocked. Booty Bandit getting the revive on Bliss. 30 seconds. It's a 2v2 right now until they get the revive on Goldie.
And just a reminder, we're going to be talking to Bliss from 10 HP right after this match. We're going to talk to him about that, dealing with Fat Boy in that little shack and how that almost went down.
I mean, they do have the vehicle still. They can push. They can push out there.
Yeah, I would. I mean, if I'm 10 HP, if you don't know who's in there, you had such a long... if you have any open area, I would take a vehicle. But, now that your car is on fire, maybe not. Because the other vehicles.
Oh yeah, never mind. I remember Fat Boy threw that nade in there and damaged it. That makes sense now.
I don't know how. If it is always on fire. So.
And here comes the zone. Look at the nades. Those nades get double, and then another nade. Down goes. Just raining nothing but nades from Team TRT. This is a Team 19, right? Fiji, I think it is.
Fiji, wow.
Yeah, coming in.
Grenades at the end. Having those,
just raining nades, yeah.
Having those available at the very end is so important after a long match to have enough grenades to actually be able to throw them and use them. 10 HP, doing well. Misfire.
17
Fat Boy
kills.
clutching, going. I mean, they were going to get knocked out in 16th place if Serac had gotten that last kill, but Fat Boy's with the clutch it all the way down to third place. Ghost Me Elite, a team that's not done very well. I'm not going to lie to you, it's not done very well. It's scored some big points with 4th place and 6 kills. Metaphor with 2 kills. This team was a D1. I think it's Division 1. What is this? The team became S1 Cartels, Thrasher. Did and Amanda comes in 6th place. This OUTcast Bravo. So we had a lot of kind of new teams, unique teams in this top 10 starting out. As I tried to bring in our first
just gonna go deliver this.
Let's see if I screw this up.
There you go. Screens are sent.
we're waiting for Bliss from 10 HP, a team currently unofficially in 10th place in the power rankings. So hopefully we'll be able to get him in here as soon as possible. That was action pretty much from the start to the finish.
Yeah, that was surprisingly.
There was no downtime in that match. I mean, like I said, just comparing it to our last Aragon match, compared to my team, 6 minutes ahead of the same schedule. So this kind of shows you that people were fragging out. Maybe it was that kind of western, south to north plate path. I don't know, but. It was action packed from the front, and because it was so action packed early, I think that's what affected a lot of the top teams from making it into the late circles. Because I think there was a uniqueness to it, kind of different. They weren't used to it, and I think it caused a little bit of confusion for them.
All right, codes are out. Let me go ahead and get in this room.
I don't, and again, I apologize. I do not. I mean, I just talked to Bliss earlier this evening. I don't know why he is not.
They're nervous, man.
Maybe I mean we said it. I mean you'll be surprised. I mean how many people I have to go through. I mean just to get this locked out. And sometimes we get maybe he forgot or who knows. But while in case he doesn't show up or if he doesn't do it, first of all, I hope you had a wonderful birthday.
I did. Thank you.
On your 47th birthday, is that correct? I got that from I have some as a broadcast journalist. I have many contacts that they told me.
No, I turned 35.
And I was there. I was watching part of your wonderful stream on your birthday. It was a great time. So thank you for having that. And there we go. We were able to correct everything, and now we are lucky enough to have from 10 HP Bliss join us. First of all, thank you very much for giving us a few minutes of your time.
Welcome.
You take it off mute. Turn your microphone on, Bliss. We can't hear you. Your microphone's on or off. You're muted. No, you gotta unmute your. Well, I mean,
some technical difficulties.
We're difficulties. Bliss is having a little bit trouble getting his microphone off of mute. If you get while we wait for that. Yeah, like I said, wonderful event you had for your birthday. Giving away a $35 gift card for your 35th birthday. That was very, very generous of you. And plus, the normal fun time shenanigans that always happen.
In fact, he ended up just wanting UC, so I sent him $35 worth of UC.
Hey, whatever.
Saved me a trip, man. Saved me a trip.
I mean, just hopefully. I mean, I hope that Bliss hears us and through the thing he knows that his mic's on, because it looks like he's talking, but his microphone is muted. If you do hear that, I mean, send him a quick. Maybe he's not hearing it. I should message him. Just really, I want to know what he was thinking when he just rolled up into that last compound and Fat Boy was just chillaxing in the F-Boy shack.
Yeah, that's definitely.
And then it was like, he knocks Bliss. He knocks another. Oh, Bliss, can you hear us now? I guess not. I guess he's gonna try to reconnect real quick to see if he can get back in here. But 10 HP, Bliss, can you hear us?
Like I see it active, but I don't hear.
Oh no, I think I think he's having some issues. But if you can't get in, it's totally understandable. If you can't hear us, we'll why don't we? How about this? I don't want you to miss your next match, so I'll invite you back in after the next match and try to reset Discord and see if that helps for next match. We'll try to fix those technical difficulties and bring Bliss, because I do want to talk to him about that match, and also
Yeah,
10
I kind of wanted to
HP.
ask him about that too.
We haven't had a lot. We haven't talked a lot to 10 HP so far. That's one of those teams that have been kind of under the radar. You know, a team that's does well, but maybe doesn't. Maybe doesn't win, but will come in fourth, sixth. Around that time. But they've got themselves in that top 10 spot, and I'm always trying to make sure that everyone who gets in that top 10 is getting time on here to talk and to get their word out. And we've had, I mean, just so far in these 6 weeks, this will be 10 HP. Can you hear us now? Bliss is focused on making this work. If you're talking, we can't hear you unless you can hear
I
him.
appreciate the dedication, man. No, I can't hear him. I see it moving, like the little green
I see he's
around
in the
his
room,
icon, but yeah.
But we've had we've talked to this will be the 11th. We've talked to 11 teams after today. And
there we go.
There we go. So first of all,
Wait, how much time do we have left though?
Yeah.
Because
So how about this, Bliss? This now we get fixed. Do me a favor. Can you come in after next match? I don't want you to miss the start of the second
It's
match.
getting no bad for me.
What's that?
he said it's cutting up real bad for him.
Okay. Yeah. So if he gets a victory, because I want to spend a couple minutes to not just rush it and give him some quality time. So
Yeah.
if Bliss, if you do hear us, if you're just watching the stream and you can't hear us, or if anybody from the 10 HP is here to us, we'll try to have Bliss on after the next match and get him hit their time. And like I said, if you are on one of these teams, you're like, why isn't Pickford talked to us yet? Hit me up in DMs, please.
Yes.
Hit me up in DMs. I'm trying to get the point of view of everybody. You're like, oh, well, we're not good enough. That's why they don't want to talk to me. That's not true. I want to get the point of view of every type of team. I don't want to just talk to 187 Black and OUTcast Alpha, the teams that are on the top of the thing. I want to talk to the teams in the middle and whoever quote unquote are on the bottom, because you know what? That's the viewers are. There's a lot of viewers that are the best, a lot of viewers in the middle, and a lot of viewers that are on the lower end. And we want to hear from all their points of view, because that's what makes up this competitive Scrim community.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just waiting to see if I can get some scores. If not, we'll have to wait for the second round. We kind of already know who got first place. Although I will say this, I'm kind of a little curious to see what placement 187 Black got, considering they came in 10th place, but they had 15 kills. So
they come in 10th place. So they scored like 22 points, which gives them the same rank as the second place team with no kills. So I'm going to guess that's going to kind of put them in probably like third, fourth,
top 5 somewhere.
Maybe. Yeah, definitely top 5. Definitely top 5.
Yeah,
but now
those kills they racked up.
Now, but I think and I like how this Miramar match always comes in second, because it's kind of like, I think it's a good filter. Part of my link, kind of the BS filter in regards to like the scores. You're gonna see maybe some of the teams that did very well that we didn't see kind of get weeded out in this Miramar match, and a lot of teams that are good that maybe had a bad running in Erangel kind of get to the top. I think that Miramar, everyone kind of calls it like the pros map, but I think this is the map where it kind of will allow teams to get to a more of a the scores that we presume that they should have, if that makes sense. Random. There's a lot less. I think quality comes to the forefront a lot more in Miramar than in other matches. This RNG in that regard.
We do have, actually, just as I said that, yes, we have scores. Let me go ahead and pop them up on the screen. We'll try to discuss the scores real quick before the round does officially start. Let's see. Let's make this smaller. There we go. All right, so these are the scores unofficially, of course. After the first round, Fiji coming in first place with 47 points, 17 kills total. Very nicely done. Thunder Buddies, 26 points, 14 kills, coming in second, of course. And 10 HP, 25 points, with 3 kills only. And 187 Black staying in the top 5, 22 points with 15 kills. And Ghost Melee Elite tops the top 5 at 22 points with 6 kills. So pretty much a tie right now between
And
187
what I
Black and
what I
Ghost
want
Melody
to
for
see, what
fourth
I
place.
want to see right now, random, is we see a lot of teams we don't normally see in the top 5, right? Except for 187 Black. I want to see how this Miramar match and how these teams all react and how many. Let's do a little gentleman's wager. Of the 4 teams that are currently in the top 5, of the 5 teams that are currently in the top 5, how many will still be the top 5 after this match?
After this week?
No, after this match. Like, so we have Fiji, Thunder Buddies, 10 HP, 187 Black, and Ghost of the Elite after the first match. Now we're going into
I think we're
Miramar.
gonna see a comeback with OUTcast, hacks as well. So I'm thinking at least 3 teams are gonna get knocked off from the top 5.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I think that like, although Fiji, Thunder Buddies, and Ghost of the Elite, 10 HP, they're all quality teams, but not teams that we normally see in the top 5, and we have to see when that pressure comes in. Now they've had a good match. Can they deal with that pressure and have a second good match, a third, and a fourth? That's what's going to take to get to the top 5 this evening.
All right, guys, those are the remaining scores right there. And as we start this second match, oh, wait, weren't we supposed to be doing FPP?
It should have been FPP, yes.
Rooms right now are broken. Been saying it for a while.
Hey, this is an esport ready game. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nothing's broken in this game at all, right?
I don't know if it was a brownie mistake or a game mistake. I think there's a 50-50 chance of either way, but that's just
100% the games. if you press FPP and then make the room, it most of the time it would mess up. You have to make a room. You have to press FPP, make the room, exit the room, and then go make the room, and then you'll see that as an FPP option for anyone that wants to work around. Even though we shouldn't, but yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know the amount of rooms you make. I'm gonna trust whatever you say about custom rooms because you are the expert.
That is the workaround.
I don't think anybody makes more rooms on a daily basis than you do, sir.
I do a decent amount, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, so. One of your big. I mean, you gotta be doing 2 or 3 an hour, and on your long 12-hour ones, I mean,
yeah,
it's quite a few.
Tomorrow,
quite a few. Hardest working man in PUBG Mobile.
All right, so starting off from the west side of the map, pretty much middle of nowhere, heading in between La Drelia and Monte Nuevo. I already seen quite a few teams jumping off. Early on, we have Team 20, OUTcast Bravo, Fiji, the winners of the last round, along with 187 heading towards Monte Nuevo. We have Misfire and Team Mena4. Let's see, I think that's Bravo, I want to say. I always mess up my cheat sheet. There you go. Yeah, Mena4 Bravo heading down towards Valle del Mar as well with them. We have 2 teams inside of Chumaceta, Infamous and Team 8, Dream Killers. Both teams landing inside of Chumaceta. Let's see if we're going to see any action early on. This is kind of a smaller area. Team 23 taking the northern upper part of the city, with Team Dream Killers taking the bottom part, or near the bottom part of Chumaceta. Let's see where the rest of the teams decided to go. We have True Esports along with Hacks inside of Los Leones. Team 24, Team 13, and 10 HP, Team 12 heading towards Impala. We have 2 teams right here in La Bendita right here. This little crater. I don't often see 2 teams drop here, so this is potentially going to be a bad situation for one of these teams, especially for Rob Tom, who's right now AFK in the middle of of this little town. Let's see if any of these guys from team the Goodfellows Bravo actually spot him. Picado right now, 3 teams inside of Picado. Team Bad Company, the Woo, and the Forgotten inside of Picado. I'm really liking the fact that the Forgotten has been almost Team 7 every time. Makes it so easy for me to remember all the time. All right, so we have Kaboom kind of heading towards Sarge, and he actually decided to turn back around.
For your knowledge, usually the top 7 teams will always be the 7. Those are usually the invited teams. that are always in that 7th place. So it's to be the
Ah,
Outcast teams, Misfire 187, and the Forgotten should all be in those spots.
okay, cool. That actually sometimes as the season goes on for the teams that have the same numbers, it is so convenient for us as casters to be able to be like, oh yeah, team 7 that's forgotten. You don't have to go and look to make sure what's going on. Let's go back to La Bendita. We have Recoil who's been knocked. Zeus very nearly knocked. Okay, okay, this is extremely laggy right now.
What's good, I think, about this is nice, good center zone, so it looks like everyone will be able to
Down
get
goes
in, get out.
Valkyrie. Down goes Downer. Moldy finishes off. Killua. Down goes the Goodfellas Bravo team 18 finished off. Like I said, I don't ever really see two teams drop there. Definitely not the best place to drop for loot. La Cobreria has Outcast Alpha heading towards there right now, but right now they do have Team 20 sneaker meetup in the same town. Normally, Outcast Alpha hardly ever has to have this place contested. It looks like there's one team trying to take their loot, and in fact, they've already been there first, so they've been already looting. Let's go back over to Infamous and Dream Killers, as I think they just got a knock on and a thirst on Pawhead for Team Infamous. So Infamous right now only rocking 3-man group. No helmet for Roadless.
And Sneaker Meetup is a team that doesn't play routinely. I think they only play once a week. So Outcast normally going to La Cabrera all by themselves.
Yeah,
now,
normally they have
a
it
team
to
that
themselves.
normally doesn't show up, and now they're like, oh my god, there's somebody here. We're not used to it. So hopefully they'll be able to react and deal with it. Because you know how dangerous these early match battles can be.
All right, we do have these two teams, 10 HP and Thunder Buddies, inside of Impala right now. Exchanging some nades. It looks like Bliss very nearly getting knocked. Getting surrounded right now by team Thunder Buddies, Team 24. And here comes the rest of... Oh, down goes Bliss, getting knocked by a very nicely thrown nade by Cartels. Prod, Booty Bandit, and Goldie now the only ones up for Team 12. Down goes Bliss, thirsted as well. Here comes a nade. Or Molly, I should say. And down goes Deanna. Down goes Trasher. Trasher about to get thirsted. And down he goes, bleeds out. Goldie knocked. 10 HP. Prod knocked. Down goes 10 HP. Losing only one person, Trasher, for Thunder Buddies. But 10 HP going down early.
We're gonna have to ask 10 HP when they come in. I just talked to H Proud, the leader of 10 HP, and they fixed whatever technical issues they had, and he should be in after this next match. So now we'll have a couple of things to talk about. Obviously, that first match, plus their early exit in 22nd place in this Miramar match.
Let's go over to inside of Picado. We have the Forgotten taking the casino, and Team Bad Company now pushing towards the Forgotten. Cows knocked. Oh, Whiskey felt that DBS. I thought he was gonna. I thought Blade was done for sure, getting pushed. He turns around quickly. Down goes. Evidently, Blade likes this shotgun. He's doing massive damage.
Your favorite weapon.
I hate this damn gun. I wish I was as good.
And look at the Wu just chillaxing over to the left. Let these guys battle it out, and then let those guys try to get. They're getting knocks and thirsts from people getting killed. Looks like Sway. I think if Sway's gonna try to get to Sicario and pick him up, he's gonna have to watch out because Wu Trick up on top of the roof of that 5-stack probably has eyes on him. He's able to get into that building, but he's got to kind of. Luckily, it's only the first knock, so he has a little bit of time to get all the way over there to that second building and get to Sicario.
He should be able to make it, unless he gets shot from that window.
Yeah, he's able to, I think, get in there, and And now Bug and Blade. I know the Forgotten, a team that is, I think, right outside the top 10 in 12th place.
C-Dub getting knocked. Let's go check out La Cobreria. As we said, normally Outcast Alpha normally jumps over here by them. Normally no one ever contested with them. No one ever comes over here. C-Dub getting knocked. VS44 knocked for Team Sneaker Meetup. Cloud has been thirsted. Angel, the only one up. What the heck has been thirsted? Knocked. C-Dub knocked again. Luckily, though, it looks like Outcast Alpha is going to be able to leave La Cobreria with their full team.
Let's just keep it in the back of your head. Now, C-Dub's been knocked twice. So later on in this match, if he gets knocked again, let's see if that has a factor on him getting picked up.
Indeed. Let's go check out Infamous. I do see 187 Black across the way from them. Okay, so they are taking shots at each other.
Got a little bit of distance between Infamous and what is it? So if they do get knocked,
it's gonna be
very difficult to push in there. But with a team like 187, they get knocked, they'll just push, they don't care. They'll jump over all these mounds and whatnot just to get down there.
Not only that, too. Look at the other half of 187 right now. They're flanking behind.
Oh, I liked it. They kind of split up a little bit, and now they're trying to get a little long-range angle on them. But with this said, can they really be effective at this range?
Nah, they're not even rendering in. They should have potentially waited. They should have gotten a little closer. These compounds would have been a nice little angle they would have still had on them. Although they did mess up their vehicles.
And push from two different directions and get there at the same time, it could be effective, if they're pushing from both sides, but it's going to be very difficult for them to show up at the same time into this compound.
It might just be what they're going to do. Look we have Mystic and Mr. Zebra pushing down there, Jokester and Clown. So, yeah, they are taking your advice. They're pushing in together. And with the Team Infamous losing already one person, down goes Jokester. Very nearly gets the knock on Demon. Down goes Demon. Kaboom has been knocked. Rollis. Down goes Rollis. That was a nice push. Jokester got knocked, but either way, 187 getting some early kills. 3 kills so far. Everyone's still up. Let's go back over to Picado because we still do have Bad Company, the Woo, and 2 members of the Forgotten inside of Picado. And with the zone still, it could still land near or around Picado. So I'm not expecting these teams to be quick to move. Sway has been knocked for Team Bad Company. Steven Sicario by himself. And he just got the thirst on the member of the Forgotten. And look at that. I hear the Woo coming in. Bug now. Have to be fighting off against the Woo.
And this has been a battle, quite vicious. We've lost 5 teams in the first circle. So, we've really had a lot of action early on in this match.
Trick very nearly getting knocked right there.
And now you see how big this circle is. There's so much room for these teams to rotate in because you've lost so many players already.
Oh, very nearly getting knocked right there. And down goes Bug for the Forgotten. Trick adding to his kills for the top fragger, taking out some wait, did my screen just turn? It did. It just went black and white. Okay, evidently it does that there too. Let's check out what these guys have coming in next to them. What is that? Groza, level 3 stuff. And let's take a look at the teams. So
this has been a 4 Bravo team down in Los Higos. They've been down there for the entire blue zone of the first circle and now into the second, just looting while they not even worrying about the blue zone.
Is Dark J AFK or no? Never mind.
No, I think they're down. They're moving around. It's just they just decided we're gonna loot down here for a while.
S1 Cartels. Team 24 and 17. Deanna knocked. Amanda now the only one left. Down goes Amanda. Finished off by True Esports. 3 kills for them. Misfire and at least 2 members.
They're gonna run into each other. If Misfire can see him before they get down there, they can. Oh, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like. Oh, I don't know if they see him or not.
Yep, he just should have spotted him right there. Or no? I saw him on my screen, but I am on an iPad though, so I have a little bit of a wider viewing.
Because you have Zozu and Vulcan. They've gone underneath the bridge, and they do see. Yeah, Zozu is facing that way. It looks like, and Fatboy and Artemis have taken kind of the northern route around them. I don't think they know who's there, or how many people are there. They're split up. They're going to decide to not take this battle because of this 2-2 split.
I mean,
they're rotating. Because they don't know who they could be. Anybody from 187 Black to OUTcast Alpha to anybody. So they're going to take a little bit of a scenic route. The only thing that can happen though is now that Zozu and Vulcan are kind of low, they could push into this Team 25 Brohim, and but it looks like they're going to kind of cut up. So now it looks like a race between Metaphor and Misfire to get into the zone. And then, if Misfire can get into that zone, they turn around and then face whoever's coming up behind them.
We have Fiji pushing towards Team 9, Ghost Melee Elites. And for the most part, Ghost Melee Elites, almost every single member on top of this mountainside right here, except for Savage. So he does have an entire team of Fiji. Fiji being the team that won the first round of Erangel. Let's see if they can manage to get 2 in a row. They are moving as a nice little unit. Down goes a member of Fiji. And Savage being extremely still. I'm not even sure if they know. Okay, never mind. He just moved. So they definitely know they should know there's someone around there. If I heard it, they should have heard it too.
So we said Metaphor, Bravo, and Misfire ran into each other, driving into the zone.
Moldy has been knocked by Hacks. Looks like Rob. Ah, look at that! Wow. Of course, the guy that's AFK is alive and well. And look at the zone. He might make it to like top 5 being in that zone. We'll see if OUTcast Charlie spots him as they head towards over there. In the meantime, let's go back over to Fiji and Ghost Melee Elite fighting for this mountainside just north of Picado. Did 187 die? No, they just chilling. That is the question, right? And down goes Savage. So Savage has now been knocked for Ghost Melee Elite. They got to be careful, though, trying to get up on that top part. If Savage just stays there and they can somehow manage to get some knocks, they could potentially go revive him. Although Souza right now with this nice little angle, let's see if he can get a knock as well from Ghost or maybe Michael. Stanky now knocked. So this is 2 knocked. Here comes the push. And Ghost very nearly knocked right there. Michael getting the revive on Stanky, but this is going to allow Fiji to push up. And down goes Ghost. Very nicely done. So Michael just got the revive on Stanky. He's taking he's going off. He's taking off. It's not worth the fight to him. And down goes Stanky. Thirsted as well. Savage is still alive, but Michael is just... He needs to just leave. Let's see if the rest of Fiji spot him as he takes off. They are definitely on the hunt for him. They know he's somewhere. They want that extra point.
He's trying to get out of there. He's just enough. Each one of these drops is just something, a little bit of damage, but not enough to kill him. So looks like he's going to try to get out of there.
He probably will be successful in escaping. Let's see. I don't know. He's kind of wide out in the open. And these guys are busy looting his teammate. And so are the other guys. So, yeah, he's probably going to more than likely take off from there. And unfortunately for Rob Tom, he was right in the center of the zone. And the zone just moved out for them. So doesn't look like he's gonna be the miracle that Team Drop needs in order to get into the top 10. Because especially with them, watch. Let's see. No, there's no action right now. So let's go spectate real quick. He's in the red. Let's see if the PUBG gods would be kind and just take him out of his misery. I'll make sure I don't miss anything else.
You can just like you know how hard it is to keep covered. You just stand out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And no one sees you, no one shoots you. Maybe this is the new meta. Just like stand in the middle, and no one will see you because you're not moving, and you'll just stay alive. What are the odds of him getting blown up? I'm
watching him right now. Oh, that was so close.
That was close.
Damn, GG's. I was kind of hoping to catch it on stream. That was pretty close. That was like, I don't know, 20, 30 meters from him.
Oh, and he was able to survive.
He was able to survive.
How awesome would it be if you just rolled up and you just see him right there? You probably would like, oh my god, he's standing right here, and then just like kill him. And you're like, oh wow, okay, that worked out well for us.
So MENA 4 with Dream Killers Team 8 versus Team 14. 2 members for Dream Killers knocked. 1 member for MENA 4. In fact, he just got revived. MENA 4 slightly outside the zone with Greedy just barely in the zone. Here comes Sarge with some backup.
You know, with the majority of this zone being in Los Angeles, you can really sneak in there and just kind of creep from building to building. Maybe get yourself a little deeper into the zone than you normally would if it was open because of the amount of buildings.
BBC trying to get some easy knocks right now, shooting through the smoke. Greedy pushing up. Let's see if his greed doesn't cost him. I do see C-Dub out in the distance too, so looks like OUTcast is looking around for their next spot. And it looks like Dream Killers are going to be able to take off. I don't know. Let's see. Luckily, they got this road. Oh, no. That thing's smoking already, although they were able to just barely escape. Survive for a few more minutes. And MENA 4 have now gotten themselves inside a zone. And MENA 4 do have a vehicle.
Obviously, Dream Killers, 4th place in the power rankings overall, need to have you know, a quality finish every match because you need so many points to stay up on the top of that power rankings. You can't have a bad event and not expect to fall out of the top 10.
We have the Wu fighting against OUTcast Bravo. And it looks like they're actually down a man with the Wu having as well. So this is a nice little 3v3 between these two teams near the edge of the zone. Not quite the edge of the zone. We'll see if either of the teams have to move.
Yeah, taking a team out of a 5-stack is so difficult, as you know, Random.
Oh yeah,
so
the 5-stacks are so hard to push.
Especially with the holes in the floors now, and they can peek in those holes. It's so hard to just. A lot of times you just like forget it. You know, it's just not worth it. It's going to cost so much time and effort to get that team out of there.
So we have Trick staring down at 187. I swear it looked like Mr. Zebra was kind of trolling him a little bit. Right now, Jokester heading towards the new drop. MK14. He just heard Spaz.
Most important thing OUTcast Bravo can do is not let any of their guys get knocked. You have to. This is TPP peak, but you have such an advantage in that 5-stack. The only thing that's going to really cause that to diminish is if one of your guys gets knocked, because now you know where one guy is and who's coming to pick him up. We know where those 2 guys are at.
No, Spaz, what are you doing? He drove backwards up the hill. I don't know what he was doing, but gets knocked. They know who it is. They're running. Down goes Mr. Bacon. Mr. Bacon has been thirsted. Jonica has been knocked. I kind of want to go see this too as well. Let's go back over to Jokester. And he finishes out Spaz. Not sure what Spaz was doing.
Spasm. And now I mean, the Wu going in there, and although they lost Jonica, I give Trick and Shrek credit. You know, they're not worried about, oh, Trick's going back out to get Jonica. I think that's smart because Jonica's a quality player. And you know the two players are up there. OUTcast Bravo is probably not going to turn. They're going to wait there. They're not going to be aggressive and kind of push back down. That's just not their gameplay. So Wu kind of knows that and should be able to kind of go down there, pick up Jonica, get that player picked up, and then attack as a 3v2.
And down goes Rob Tom. Made it to 16th place for his team.
Good for him.
Oh, look at Blank. That's a dangerous position, Blank, to be in though. You have no recourse. And down goes Blank, just as I stated that. Jay White damaged by that nade. Very nicely tossed nade by Trick. Does do some damage, but I think the bigger part was taking out a member of OUTcast Bravo, and with that, they're going to be able to move in a little bit better into the zone. I'm trying to figure out where I just seen that action. I think it's between Dream Killers and who is this? True Esports right now. Both at the edge of the zone, towards the east side of the new zone. As the zone closes in. Still 15 teams left, 43 players left alive.
And Misfire just crashed into Dream Killers.
All right, let's go check that out. Whoa.
And now you have to deal with the little bit of the blue.
Especially with Marsh being up here. This is down goes JY to the play zone.
I think they know Marsh was up there, but
down goes Sarge. So Fatboy got knocked, did enough damage to Sarge that I think he got knocked by the zone. Or finished off by Artemis. Unfortunately for Sarge, it's going to be a lot harder for him to... yeah, you're not going to be able to...
Artemis needs to get out of the blue as fast as he can. He is so close. Oh, look he's trying to get. Look at he's trying to get to.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
IQ play by Artemis.
Dude, yeah,
no
Zozu knocked. No, so Zozu has been knocked Vulcan now by himself, trying to push towards Marsh. And Marsh knocked from the fall. Down goes 187 Clown. So it looks like the Wu now slightly damaging. Team 187. They're only down one person, but definitely this team, they push a lot when they have their full squad. We'll see how being one man down is going to affect how they play. Still 14 teams left.
In previous interviews with 187, they say they don't change anything with players. But with 3 players, you're going to still have the same attack style.
Yeah, Japanese character dude is super not in a good spot. And down goes Trick. Down goes Cyrac. Trick thirsted. Jonica, unfortunately, by his or herself. Let's go over to Mena 4. They're kind of right now. There's quite a few teams around them. They have OUTcast right next to them. They have Dream Killers right next to them. They have Misfire coming in from behind them. Misfire right now currently trying to go
Vulcan,
into zone, gets knocked.
Destroyed driving up that hill like that. Yeah, they drove right into these guys. I don't know what they expected to happen.
And down goes Artemis. Down goes Misfire. Luis is not going to be screwed coming into this zone as well, though. I'm really surprised OUTcast is not guarding this southern zone.
They're just up there, kind of like
I think it's because
no one jumps onto them. But I don't know if they're not really doing anything other than just protecting teams from getting up there with them.
So Luis just barely gets in
zone. 4
zone.
Kills. And now the problem with 187 or with OUTcast is they have to get themselves off that top of that hill, drive off there. Back
down goes Luis. One person up. And down goes Hacks, coming in 8th place. What a Heck has been knocked, but he should get revived. Look at this Fiji right now. Perfectly placed inside of zone. If you guys recall, Fiji were the winners of the last round.
Yes, sir. And like I said, a lot of teams, when you think we're going to be successful, we said 4 out of 5. Maybe Fiji seems that team is going to stay in there.
That nade. Oh, it's a smoke. And down goes Mena for Bravo. OUTcast, they are going to have to find a way to get past Mena 4 with this zone now closing in. I'm not sure if they have... Yeah, they do. They do have buggies up there that they can just full
see this
send.
guys just like drive off the top of this in their buggies.
That's what they're going to do.
And there's so many teams that are players that are like Jonica just below them is going to put some rounds on them. And this is already the 6th zone, so anytime they spend in this blue is deadly.
And let's go
Here
to
they
their
come. Meta 4 right to their right is going to have a chance to shoot at them. They're going to take some shots.
Oh, look at that. Gold getting the knock on Greedy. And getting the knock on BBC. And it looks like the real deal just barely gets in. Cannot stop, though, unfortunately.
Oh,
and
so
down he goes. Finished off by Team Fiji. Very nicely done by OUTcast Alpha, being able to push themselves in there. C-Dub has been knocked, but they should potentially get the revive. Mr. Zebra, Thirsted Mystic. Now the only one. Look at all the... Oh, wow. What a molly placed. Down goes 187, 4th place. I'm not sure exactly how many kills they had this round. They only had 10. I feel it feels weird saying only 10 because they had 15 in the last round. They always frag out for sure every round.
OUTcast team is completely spread out now with C-Dub killed, but Wadu and Brownie want to say Gold all by himself, get knocked now after getting the knock on
Sosa,
one of the top strikers teams. Brownie trying to get some eyes on that top strikers team out in the field.
Oh no, and down goes Brownie, getting knocked by Frosty. What a heck, now by himself. This is it's gonna look like a 1v2v3. Here comes the nades. What a heck, very near, and he's gonna go walk into another one, and down goes. What a heck.
And that's just
he's
what
probably
thinking.
He's probably thinking, what the heck just happened. Very nice.
Fiji finished off that last match by using
a bunch of nades.
They're so effective with the use of their utility. Now they just have top strikers out there in the open. I wouldn't be surprised if this Fiji team tries to do the same thing. It just says pepper them with grenades.
I'm sure they're taking whoever's nades that they can. There's a lot of dead bodies right there. Here comes some nades being tossed. They're trying to smoke up this whole edge of the new zone.
Excuse me.
And down goes Ghost. So now Zeus, the only one up. This should allow Team 19 to push into zone.
No, so that's the problem. This is the smart thing about getting that knock on Ghost. Is allows them to push through this open field. If they're both open, there you go. That's the problem. You have to push into this open field, which makes it so much more difficult for these guys to get close enough to be effective. And now with Zeus and Ghost up, they should be able to see it. They're going to put rounds on Sammy. Let's see if they'll be able to knock him.
And down goes Zeus. If he can somehow manage to get behind this little hay bale, and he is. Sorry about those visual glitches. PUBG is, esports ready, guys.
Oh, that's a 1v1. Ghost versus Sam.
Oh, I can't even tell. No.
He's top strikers. Top strikers got
no. Sandy. Wow, GG's.
Wow, GG's. Fiji's clutching another one, and not only that,
2 in a row.
12 kills to go with it too. So, getting some, not only getting another first place finish, but let's put it this way: Fiji, I don't even think they're even in the top 20 right now in the power rankings. So, another team coming here that doesn't play. I think they've only played one other match, They're not very high in the rankings, so they can come in here, win this whole thing, score 30 points. But how much of an effect is that can have overall if the 30 points goes if it goes with a team that only has one other point? You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
might get in
yeah.
the top 10, but if they're not going to show up match after match, how much effect are they going to have in the overall power structure?
It should make a huge difference, I think, especially some of the teams they've been able to take down are some of those top.
Some
Yeah,
quality teams. You are correct, sir. Let's see. Now we're gonna try again. We're gonna see if we can get Bliss in here. I'm gonna invite him again. Plus, we might have also C-Dub join us also as part of his process as I try to figure this out one more time and give him the invite. So yeah, I tell you what. One thing that I've been seeing in these benches is a lot of action, right off the bat. You know, teams aren't taking a while. Teams are not relaxing and making it easy for themselves. They're really coming here and getting into it as early as they can. And as we wait, we are lucky enough to have with us from OUTcast Alpha, the coach. Outcast coach and member of the Outcast Alpha team. C-Dub, how you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing
yeah. What's
great.
up,
So
C-Dub?
let's just pick up where we left off. And I think it's super effective today. Is let's talk about rotations real quick.
Yeah, let's do that. Rotations. We talked about, I think last time we talked about the importance of knowing where the next zone is most likely going to be. And so the next part of rotations that's most important to me is, after you've picked where you're going to go, is making the decision when to go. Obviously, if you think about the zone or the map like a swimming pool, and you've got 90 people in it, the smaller that pool gets with those 90 people on it, the closer those people are going to be together. So the same thing holds true for the zone. If you wait until the zone's already moving or the zone shrank to say maybe zone 3 when you had a chance to move and get center of zone 2, well, all that means is all the people that you're worried about running into, they're just closer together now. And you've got a denser or more dense briar bush to run through. And so it's just that much more likely that you're not going to make it to your destination. And so if something like that does happen, and you realize you've waited too long, a lot of times it's better just to take the edge instead of trying to put yourself in the middle of all that crossfire.
Now, I know that this is normally your time, but we had some technical difficulties earlier, so we are gonna try to bring Bliss in from the first match. As Bliss, can you hear us? Take your mic off, mute.
Yeah, here I am.
All right. So, first question is, I want to talk real quick about that Erangel match. You guys are coming in. It's the end of the match. Misfire's Fat Boy is in that little F Boy shack by himself. You
Yeah,
guys roll
yeah.
up. Did you guys know he was in there? Did you know anybody was
No,
there? What were
not a
you guys
clue.
thinking?
No, we have no idea he was there. We thought everybody had left the compound, and we heard the shots up the hill, right? So we took it, and then all of a sudden he popped out. I was like, oh damn.
Because they got those two knocks, and then it was going to be like a kind of a 1v1, or then he got hit from behind. And that really helped you guys out a lot because you didn't have to deal with that.
For
But with
sure.
that luck comes some bad luck. And kind of run us through that end of Miramar. Obviously, it's not a finish that you guys were looking forward to.
No, that was not good at all. Well, two of us didn't have comms, and we pushed into Impala there, and we tried to stay together, but yeah, I got surrounded. There is, I think, all four of them around my building got knocked, and yeah, it was tough.
So you guys down 10 HP. You guys are doing pretty well. We've had, I think, 35 total teams showing up in these events so far, and you're currently in 10th place.
Nice.
What's been going well for 10 HP, and what are you guys trying to get better at for the rest of the season?
Just consistency. Like we get a second place, we get a 22nd place, for example. Like
the shit sandwich,
right? Yeah, for sure.
You give
So, yeah.
a second place, a fifth place, and a 22nd place. The shit goes right in the middle.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's the issue with a lot of teams. I know it's an issue with Misfire.
yeah. We just got to be more consistent and like stick together and better comms.
And with that said, I think it kind of transitions perfectly into what C-Dub was saying. One thing I think that is most important for Outcast Alpha in their consistency, if you watch them, they're very consistent match in and match out, is the quality of their rotations. They rotate early, they get in there. Now, and they really have, the only kind of risk they have is they kind of get a little bit spread out. I think they get a little bit too spread out, in my opinion, and sometimes they get put on an island. But their rotations, third, fourth circle is they get right into the center where they want to be, and they kind of hold that place. And more times than 10, it's going to be in the zone for at least a couple more circles, and they can really do some damage. Would you agree with that, C-Dub?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's
Well, I know that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I apologize. I'm doing scores at the same time. That's my fault.
And I know this is kind of a little crowded interview, because we had that issue with Bliss earlier. We couldn't get him in here in 10 HP. So now with the season underway, we're a quarter of the way. I guess two weeks out of 8. Where do you see 10 HP going? What are your goals for the next 6 weeks?
I think just get better placement, like more consistency overall.
I mean, I think that consistency is so important. Like, if you look at you guys are in 10th place, but look at the power rankings. You got 32 points. You're only 6 points out of 7th place. But with that said,
that's really close.
you're only 10 points out of 14th. So like a couple bad matches or a couple good matches can either make or break an entire team and an entire season. So I appreciate. I know those little convoluted and stuff, but thank you very much for coming in and giving us your time. Good luck to 10 HP. You got 2 more matches, only halfway there.
All right.
And
thanks for having us.
I know that you're still in here. You can chillax until it gets started. I apologize for taking your time. You seem to always be the one that gets bumped when we have some technical difficulties. But if you want to continue on with like what you said about rotations, because when you guys are rotating in, you guys kind of like taking 4 vehicles and stuff like that. How are you trying to like work on not get too strung out, getting somebody maybe gets shot at, they have to stop, they get put out on an island by themselves, they're kind of stuck out there?
You know that honestly, I could talk about that all night and not come up with the right answer. It depends. A lot of times, like in Miramar, there will be situations where we are intentionally strung out because you're so slow going over the hills and everything that say if you're only 100 meters apart and you get spotted by one guy, by the time you're in a van, you try to turn around. I mean, everybody's dead before you can get turned around and get out of that bad spot. Other situations, say you're driving past El Pozo or driving through it for whatever reason. Well, then you want to be tight together. Like, you don't want to give them a chance to reload and shoot at the next one and shoot at the next one. So it's an ever-changing, fluid situation. There is no magic answer to that other than getting these scrims in play and collect your virtual deaths and try to learn from everyone and move to the next one.
In that last Miramar match, I thought when you guys rotated off the top of that hill, I thought you guys were done. I thought you were screwed. And Gold really, I think, stepped up and got 2 knocks on the back of that buggy, because while that Metaphor was pushing in from the blue, allowed you guys to kind of like not have to take rounds from those guys. Because those guys were able to kind of just stop and just shoot at your vehicles. It could have been a big difference, but Gold got 2 quick knocks and allowed you guys to rotate. Did you guys purposely intend to go to those 2 separate buildings like that?
No, that was a miscomm on probably on my part on which building we were going to take. Brownie had called one. I think the rest of us were busy shooting and getting in vehicles and everything. But when we saw the zone kind of shifted and made its final location as we were en route, and we saw the vehicle that was directly in front of us that crashed that hay bale and wound up being center zone. And so we were honestly kind of getting for that. We had Gold putting fire on that, and if he would have got a knock on that single person on that hay bale, we more than likely would have took that. And instead of a 3 at the end, we'd have been sporting the number 1, I think. But we're happy with what we did get, and we're going to try to put up a 1 for the next one.
One last thing. I know you're going to be coming in at the end of the match, but while I have you here until we get started, what was up with Wednesday's scores? I mean, not just you guys, everybody. What do you chalk Wednesday's scores up to?
Specifically, what on Wednesday? Was Wednesday the day that we, or was it Monday the day that we had just a bunch
The
of
you know, we
issues?
well you got what the was you guys came in 15th on Wednesday. True Esports dominated. You know, I mean, like
Oh,
all not
the
just you
actual
guys.
scores. Okay, I
Yeah,
thought you
the
were
scores
referring to.
hacks.
Okay, I'm
I
sorry. I
mean,
thought you were referring to about a week ago when the scores were just incorrect.
oh no. That's just us getting better and like trying to autofill and trying to use this technology. I just mean like the gameplay on Wednesday. It would just seem to be a completely crazy game from start to finish.
Yeah, I agree. That's the thing, in my opinion, that makes this a great season, is that there's going to be nights like those. You're going to be, everyone thought after the first few games, like, wow, man, Hacks has I think what they have a 20-point lead or something like that. They're going to
Hmm.
run away with it. I mean, in what, 2 days, which is an eternity in PUBG, that all changed. Um, it's just different nights. Sometimes it's a mix of just having a couple of different teams in there, but anybody that plays this game knows that you can have a bad night, and if you can have a bad night, that means anybody can have a bad night. Um, I think there was just a lot of that. Just some people were trying out some new things. Uh, you know,
A
just
lot
one
of
of
new
those things.
teams and stuff like that. And that's one thing I think that is the genius and the hell of this new season is you have so many teams coming in for one or two events, but it's so hard because it makes so many factors, so many variables from one match to the other. We saw you guys up there in the Cobra. You guys in Miramar, you guys usually up there by yourself, but now Sneaker Meetup, who does I think it was Sneaker Meetup, who doesn't really show up that much, decides to drop there with you. So a place where you guys are normally by yourself, now you have a team up there with you.
I'm so used to
Yeah,
seeing you guys up there by yourselves. It was a little weird seeing the team up there like that.
yeah. We normally love it when people meet us up there. It usually works out pretty good for us. So we normally invite people to
Oh,
come there.
all right, and here we
Well,
go. Start of the
that's perfect
second
timing.
round.
All right,
So as
guys,
that's a
Our
before
third
y'all put
round?
the scores before y'all put the scores out, I know that they're gonna say final results on them. That's just the way the spreadsheet is right now. They're obviously not the final
Ah,
results.
okay.
So
I just,
so
you know what? I actually had the scores up and I didn't even notice it.
okay,
good
good
luck
deal.
into this, and we'll talk to you at the end of the night, Cena.
All right, guys, see y'all later. Thanks.
All right, good luck. Good luck.
So we're able to get Bliss in here, and obviously he did not know that Effect Boy was in there. And for what I mean, if it wasn't for I think it was Ghostman Elite sniping Fat Boy from behind, who knows if he could have got that last kill? Because that would have been. I mean, obviously you're happy with the finish, but you're also frustrated that you didn't know he was in on some guy just jumps out of a F Boy shack and just starts mauling you. So
It definitely looked like for a while there that he was gonna be able to clutch that. I was the whole time wondering, man, was all it's gonna take is for one of those guys up on that hill to come in third party, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So I'm gonna get the second part of the scores up just real quick, just so we can see how the other teams are. But like we said, these are not the final results. It's just a little glitch in the spreadsheet. So there you go. Those are the 13 to 23 for tonight's first and second rounds total. Let's go ahead and take a look at the flight path. We are starting just south of Salme, and look at the amount of teams already deciding to drop. Quite a few. We have 187,
Yes.
Mena 4, Outcast, Bravo, Mena 4, Bravo, Misfire, drop, all heading kind of towards Camp Charlie, north of Camp Charlie area. Potentially looks like 187 is going to take somewhat of a split looting approach. We have Team Hacks around Tambang. We have Team 19 winners of first round 1 and 2. Let's see if they can make it 3 for 3 tonight, just north of Team Hacks. And then we have Ghost Melee Elite taking south of Camp Alpha, kind of split looting down there. Infamous taking Hot 10. I think that's the first time Infamous has had a city all to themselves. Cal has 1, 2, 3, 4 different teams currently right now inside of Cal, and then we do have 2 teams. No, never mind. This guy shouldn't even be in Team 1. There is no Team 1. He's probably
infamous cool arrow.
Yeah.
I call that the dum position because you got in and then you couldn't get to your spot quick enough, couldn't figure out where you were supposed to be.
Down goes Mr. Bacon. Lust has been knocked inside of Camp Charlie. And Moldy knocked That's the thing about FPP. You can just sit in that corner and nobody's gonna be able to see you coming. Mr.
So many
Bacon.
teams down in Ty and Camp Charlie down in that area. These teams are pretty much picking up where we left off, where they're just so aggressive. People get knocked left and right off the bat, regardless of where people are dropping.
So Downer has been knocked. Down goes Rob Tom Moldy. He's almost knocked. He's very, very low. Let's see if Lus can get in to be able to get the revive. Oh, no! And Blank went for the revive right there. Lus is about to bleed out. Jay White now the only one up for OUTcast Bravo. Moldy is so hurt, and he's still just walking around. Downer getting revived right now.
We see this so often, just knock for knock for knock. Each of these teams pretty equally matched, but most likely one of these teams is going to get out of here with all their players, while the other one gets completely wiped out.
And Cool Arrow has been taken out by Cyrac from the Woo. Jay White fighting for his life right now. He's the only one left.
They're all so low, though.
Yeah.
If you just knew how low all these guys from drop were, because of the lack of health they have right now.
Oh, and down goes Zeus, thirsted. And Moldy gets the kill on Jay White. And as you said, Pickford, this whole team's going to be able to just leave Camp Charlie with their entire team. Very nicely done. Let's go back to Cal, because there's quite a few teams over there.
They were very close to getting wiped out themselves, but at the end of the day, they have all their team that's left, and they're going to go get out of here with those kills and 4 kills and 4 players.
And Cash has been knocked for True Esports. Deimos has been knocked. Elia is now the only one trying to get the thirst. And down goes True Esports. Going down early. We still do have Team 24 here. If they heard all this, they should be pushing.
And see a team, that did so well on Wednesday. Obviously, they're different players, but getting out pretty early in this third match, but still one match to go after this.
Sarge is knocked. Marsh is barely getting revived. Oh, no, he just got revived. And I do see the Forgotten now shooting behind Team 20. So Cal's just been really super busy. A lot more than what I'm used to seeing up here north. I mean, look at that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus the team that was just wiped out. So those 5 teams here. Hacks gets the knock on someone. Let's go check out where they're at.
I find it very exciting when you get a nice big lobby on Sandhawk. It's like just killing from right from the get-go. It's so difficult. It's non-stop action.
Sarge trying to get to his buddies. They need to open the door for him. There you go. Very nice. So they already have one player down. Definitely would be not good for the team if they lose another one so early. Not seeing a whole lot of teams close to each other now. Definitely this is where most of the teams are inside of Cal. We still have the Forgotten fighting off against... No, they're actually taking off from here, from Team 20. Looks like they didn't want to contest that hill. Not seeing a whole lot right now.
We're going to be having a lot of issues with rotations on this map right now with this many teams, this many players, and just people. They're going to constantly be pushing in, especially from the south. If Misfire, Drop, Metaphor, Bravo are going to have trouble constantly pushing up into this zone. Woo, just chillaxing in boot camp, all by the lonesome. Just, you know what, we're just going to hang out.
Got a free kill and everything.
Got to get a kill, got stuff. And, we've talked about before, the Woo, we talked to Trick before, and they consider this is where they have to score the points. This is their favorite map. This is where they like to frag out, and they kind of accept maybe not as good of a position or not as good of a ending in other maps, knowing that they can do very, very well in Sandhawk. This is people actually play this map exclusively in practice, and they really expect themselves to do very, very well on Sandhawk and get themselves enough points to push them up into the top ranks for today's scrims.
All right, so we have Dream Killers now pushing towards Thunder Buddies. Sarge has been knocked. Junie now knocked. Marsh gets the knock on Amanda. Down goes Marsh. Down goes Dream Killers. Thunder Buddies going to be able to survive with all their players intact. The zone pushing towards the north a little bit.
I mean, we've been talking about Fiji, but Thunder Buddies currently in 4th place. Already got 4 team kills, taking out the number 4th ranked power ranking team, Dream Killers, early in this match. Dream Killers only getting 1 position point for this match. So another team that we haven't seen a lot of. I don't think we've ever seen. I don't know if we've seen the players. I'll have to check the rosters, but definitely Thunder Buddies is not a team we've seen before.
See some flares being called in. Let's see. 2 flares being called in towards the southeast.
Are you in these competitive matches in such a small map? If you're a squad leader, if you're your IGL, are you gonna shoot the flares or are you gonna hold on to them?
Well, I mean, flares do tend to attract people for the most part. Probably they will. I'm assuming no one's gonna head over here. Although there is quite a few teams that already have to make their way towards here. Oh, look at this! They called one flare drop and the other one they called in as a BRDM. They called one in zone and one outside of zone with Broham, Team 25 coming in from their east. And the Woo, down goes Trick. OUTcast Alpha, down goes Jonah, getting knocked by What the Heck. Cyrac now the only one left. And down goes the Woo, finished off by OUTcast Alpha. But look at this. We have Men of 4 pushing in from their right, southwest, and then we have Hacks coming in from their southeast. Or I'm sorry, actually flipped around southwest for Hacks and southeast for Men of 4. Looks like OUTcast is about to be pinched right now between 2 different teams. Thrive very nearly knocked. Oh, Thrive's in there. He told me he left the team, but evidently he's subbing in.
Well, good, because I mean, I tell you what, Thrive was a team that a group that was wept in the kills for the first couple of weeks until he stopped playing for Hacks.
Down goes C-Dub getting knocked. Down goes What the Heck. Men of 4. Down goes BBC. Brownie getting a knock with that Tommy gun. Hacks is going to take full advantage of this. And 187's actually taking advantage of Men of 4 from their west right now, or east, I'm sorry. Down goes Gold. C-Dub's about to bleed out. Down goes C-Dub. So Men of 4 do the damage, and it looks like Hacks is going to take advantage and take the kill. Down goes someone from Misfire.
Misfire and Drop got into it in the blue, exchanging kills.
Oh, wow.
They killed almost all of Misfire. Drop losing one of their players. And now they're kind of just running from getting out of the blue. They spent a good 5 minutes in the blue, duking it out.
Yeah, that's always the worst towards these last.
And now
towards
it's like Rob Tom and Fatboy are kind of still in there because they were the last 2 to break off. Obviously, now Fatboy is going to take up a huge rotation out there. Just like in that first match, he's looking for placement now with still 16 teams left.
And I just realized that we no longer have OUTcast Alpha in this game.
And with it, currently they were
At least
fifth place.
17th or so.
Yeah,
Somewhere
they
around
were
there.
fifth place coming into this match.
5
That's
kills.
obviously, they have a huge effect on where they're at. Considering that, you know, 187 Black and Fiji, that's really the team of the moment, and how many more points they're going to rack up.
And down goes Agony. He should have shot a little sooner. Finished off by Hacks. We have 187 now taking shots. Down goes Trasher, getting knocked by T-Cal.
I'm sorry to say, but Fiji's already out.
Are they?
Yes, Fiji's the team 19 knocked out. So obviously they're going to get 1 point also. So 187 Black, obviously an opportunity for them to really make a move, moving up
for these points.
A little bit closer to them, these points. Considering they're down by, you know, I mean, they don't have to catch up though. They just have to get close. That's a big point. Is they're just going to close that gap. They still have another match with Kendi to try to continue that process of getting closer and closer.
All right, so Mr. Zebra heading towards Thrive. Looks like he heard the footsteps and stopped. Mr. Zebra's pretty far away from his team, and Thrive definitely hears. Both with vectors, by the way, which is kind of a little weird. Let's see. And here comes a Clown for 187. Getting a little bit of backup. Here comes the push. .187 Zebra has been knocked. Luckily knocked inside the zone, so very fortunate for Thrive, because he was about to get surrounded by a whole 187 team. Jokester needs to try to come in. I know he's providing some cover fire from far away, but Hacks is definitely not a team you want to be down a person fighting off against, especially when they have a decent spot in the zone. They got a good position above them, or, you know, elevated compared to they are. Let's go over to Team 23 real quick. Thrive gets knocked.
If you're one of these teams that only has 1 or 2 players left, this is the time where you have to kind of be patient. As the zone pushes in, it's going to be a lot smaller. A lot of teams are going to start wiping each other out. We're going to see it go from 15 to 10. Once you're in that top 10, then you can start scoring some placement points. So you just have to kind of be careful. If you're by yourself, don't get killed. Just stay alive and get your team as many points as possible.
And Thrive has been taken out for Team Hacks. Actually finished off from Meta 4. Looks like they got a little bit of revenge, and the zone's about to shift, so let's keep it like this. Broham coming in towards Team 20, and we have Team 24 right there as well. In fact, let's go check out their transition into the zone, or they're going kind of more northern.
If you look at an example, if you look down on the very southern, you have Fat Boy by himself, 2 guys from Drop, and 2 guys from Top Strikers. None of these guys really want to get into it, so they're kind of just sitting there on the bottom. But now this is where the problem comes. Now they have to rotate hard up into that zone.
Whoa! Look at this zone. We might have it end on that little island.
Oh, this is an awesome zone right
Or
here.
in the water for that part. And some of that water you can't even dive under right there in those areas.
I mean, there's like 3/4 of this is water. This is going to be this 4th zone.
These coastlines are going to be super important right now. Down goes Forever Angel and Bits. Down goes Angel. Bits. There we go. World's biggest. What is this? AKM. With. Sorry guys, I'm collecting.
You take your picture. That's right. You know,
I gotta collect them.
I know you made a very good point that take them that thing, they don't get pixelated. You can use them for other projects and stuff, which I think is very, very smart on your part, sir.
All right, so we have Hacks who have taken over the southern part of the zone. Fat Boy's gonna have to be coming in towards Team Hacks. Probably not the best team to be coming in towards. That definitely sucks.
Hopefully he can just keep them on the do what he did in the first match. Stay alive. Maybe he can find an F-Boy shack to hang out in, and that kid gotta get himself killed. What the problem here is it's
Amanda knocked.
When you're on that cliff, it's just staying alive because so people can see it from the left to snipe you so easily.
Well, luckily for everyone that's still on this side, literally there's only one team on the opposite side right now, and they're probably far enough away that people on the coastline probably won't render in as that well. So
That's a very good point.
That's very fortunate for them that there's only one team currently right now on this side. Although this east side, this coastline,
The
on the
east side is about to be
packed. Yeah.
It's about to be a destroyer right here. So many teams trying to push on this east side. There's no room.
I hear BRDM. That's actually gonna be a pretty good vehicle, considering that's both. You can just drive it right into the water and still have, and
That's
still,
a good point.
yeah, and still keep on going. All right, so let's see. 187. They're gonna try to gatekeep Team 14, and we have 10 HP coming in. Clown very nearly getting knocked. That actually should have alerted 10 HP to the presence of Team Drop right here, as 10 HP pushes into zone. Unfortunately, this zone, it just makes all the decisions for them. They cannot stay out in the zone.
Look how many teams are just
too long.
coming down into this area, this East Coast. So many in such a small amount of space.
And we're yet to see how the zone moves. Let's see how the zone goes. Real Deal has been knocked by Zebra. Emperor goes down. Let's see the zone shift. Who's it gonna favor? Look at that. That
Axe is
island.
like, so that island. I'll tell you what, if you just were in that island right now, you'd be so happy right now. If you just decided, like, you know, we're just gonna camp this island all by ourselves early in the match.
I think that island right now definitely is looking very appealing. In fact, here goes a member
those
from Team
hacks
Hacks.
trying to get in there. It's gonna be hard to
Go,
get out
bro.
there, though. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be hard to get out there because it's so shallow.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to definitely look at all these teams down here towards the southeast. Booty Bandit has been knocked. Zeus knocked. Goldie's still up for 10 HP, trying to find Moldy. Moldy has almost full health. Goldie is about half. And down goes Goldie. Down goes 10 HP. And here comes 187. 1v4. Down goes Moldy. Let's see if Zeus can. And down goes Ghost. So they were going to be able to potentially gatekeep Team 6, but
Ghost Bailey Elite, the entire team in the water, trying to swim to that island, knowing that there's already a team there. Oh boy.
Down goes Zeus. Bad. Down goes Team 13. Bukabra now having to defend the edge of the zone. Although they do got a decent part in this zone right here. Outcast Charlie kind of electing to just heal off. What a zone. Okay, let's see. Down goes Cal for the Forgotten. Bukabra now the only one up for Team 7. And look at that zone shift. Hacks right now.
Oh,
perfectly positioned.
What the heck?
Let's see. Is that rock potentially in zone? Nope. So the only bit of zone that's on. Down goes the Forgotten Madman from Outcast Charlie, trying to stay alive, healing off for as long as he can, and this drop's gonna kill him. No, it does not, but that's gonna be it for him. Down he goes. Down goes Outcast Charlie. We got 4 teams left.
A crazy unique circle right here.
It's a smart move by
but
187.
Able to get on the island though. They waited after that last zone out in the circle. They stayed behind that big rock out there. And now they've just kind of pushed up to this little rock.
Down goes Clown, Mr. Zebra, rolling up on Japanese letter person. Well, I'll say person since it can be a female or a man.
Person of unknown gender. I love how Ghost Elite's just sneaking up, getting onto the island. Just
ghosts, right? Staying ghosts.
Exactly. They're just waiting for there to be one team left, and then hopefully they'll be diminished. They'll have lost a couple players. They'll have all 4 of their players up to really battle.
Let's see the zone move. And Team 10. Hack's still in zone, but they did allow 187 Black to get in zone as well. So only 3 members, but still 3 members of 187 Black. Black inside the same zone towards the end. Definitely what should be reckoned with. And down goes Luis Thirsted.
Bro, 18 team kills by hacks. This guy.
And down goes Jokester.
I mean,
it's a 1v1. Oh, and down he goes. So 187. Black wins their first round of the night. Look at the amount of kills they have. 16 kills for 187. Black. Hacks comes in. Japanese letter dude has 11 kills by himself.
I watched his
19 kills total.
Wow. He's good.
Ghost Melee third with 1 kill.
He doesn't miss. He doesn't miss. Or she or that person does not miss ever. So good kudos to get those 11 kills. But we have 187 get the first place, get those points, getting the 16 points. They were in second place. It's really going to help them with the 30 points for first place, plus another 16, 46 points. That's going to really help them out. Hacks and obviously on the top position now. Obviously, it's going to help them out with the kills. So with the Ghost Melee Elite. And look at Metaphor, but OUTcast Charlie, a team we don't talk a lot, really clutching it in that 5th place spot. So kudos to those guys. Not only getting the 5th place spot, but also getting 6 kills behind it. So congratulations to Madman, Spaz, Hectic, and Bong for getting that spot. And what we're going to try to do is get speak with I think it's Cash from True Esports. So let me see if I can figure this out as we get ready. 1 second. And are lucky enough to have for our interview between matches 3 and 4, Cash from True Esports. So first of all, thank you very, very much for giving us a little bit of your time tonight.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Oh, what's up, bro? Yeah,
So
today's
first,
like tough day. Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, first of all, let's just talk about like how it's been going. So for obviously True dominating, probably the most dominating scrims I've seen in the 6-7 months I've done it here. The amount of points they scored on Wednesday. But with that said, you know, a new day, a new dollar, and you guys are having a little bit more trouble today than you did on Wednesday.
Yeah, but like today we're not playing with our True Esports original team, so we have like 2 subs.
Yeah.
So that's why we lagged in the first match and like second as well.
So when you guys obviously have to go into your, I know that True has a pretty deep bench, a lot of guys you can pull from. But when you do have to kind of go into your bench, how do you kind of keep the team motivated, keep the team going? You know, we can still do well, we can still score high, get more points.
Yeah, we just we come to the VC and then we talk like where we lagged and we motivate we just talk about mistakes and trying to fix them. So yeah.
So right
That's
now,
how we motivate, yeah.
what do you think is like the big thing you guys got to fix going into this last match?
Last match, I think our team is not good at FPP. Not gonna lie, that we have to work on our FPP thing, and then gonna take some time, and we just build a new team. So sometimes we lag with the synergy thing, but we need some more time, 2 or 3 weeks to get there, and then we're gonna do really good, way better than Wednesday. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you guys came from pretty much out of the top 10 all the way up to number 5th in the power rankings unofficially. So you guys are right in there. You guys are in the money and in 5th place, and only 2 points behind Dream Killer. So you guys are right in the money for it now.
Yeah, we'll try our best in this post match. Hopefully we get the chicken and high kills, 20 plus kills. Let's see how it
Yeah,
goes.
I like to hear that.
Yeah, yeah. Whether we have like 3 bad matches, but still, we will try our best.
So on this true team, you got I mean, on Wednesday, Twisted went off, had a ton of kills. We've seen Elia do really well. Who on this true team should be watching this last match is going to go off? Who's your pick on true to go off in this last match?
I think like everyone try their best, but like you saw in the first 2 matches, we don't have like Twist in there. He was like have some some sort of, I don't know, some urgent work. So like
Mm-hmm.
this match I think we have like 3 people from our original squad and 1
Mm-hmm.
sub. So yeah, we'll try our best. Yeah.
So you think who do you think you think Twist's in there? Okay, who's gonna get more kills in this last match? Twist or Elia?
Maybe both.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. What a good teammate. It's
Nice
gonna be
little
a
tie going on, yeah.
That's right. That's good. I won't push it, but hey, I really appreciate it, and I think that you guys after Wednesday, you're another top tier team that kind of threw this as hey, first we were talking about only 187 Black, and we were only talking about OUTcast Alpha. Then the Forgotten came in and did really well. Now we had to talk about them, and now we have Hacks and Dream Killers. Now you guys are in there too. We have like 4 or 5, 6 teams that could all legit win this whole thing. If the luck goes to their side and they stay together, get that synergy for the whole 8 weeks. I think your team is definitely one that can do it.
Yeah, we will try our best.
So good luck. I'll let you get back
much.
to it, and good luck for the rest of the match. Hopefully, in this 4th match, you guys get the chicken and
Yeah,
finish
good luck,
the night
man.
off,
Vikendi.
really high.
Yeah, we'll try our best to get like chicken and 20 plus kills. Let's see what happens.
All right. Good luck, good luck.
Random. Every match, it seems that it's almost like I don't know what I'm talking about. Every match, a new team comes in here and just dominates. I mean, Wednesday it was True Esports, who we knew about but didn't really do much of anything. Now it's Fiji in this match. They had a bad kind of match in that 3rd match, but they still did so well.
Oh, I'm sure they're still first place, probably. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Every match that we're kind of seeing, we're seeing a new team
Oh.
kind of step up and do really well.
That's actually interesting. So we do have the
there we
scores
go.
up. Let me go ahead and post it up real quick. All right, so let's see. I think this is. No, this is the wrong. Okay. I labeled it wrong. There we go. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I didn't pull up the wrong scores here. All right, here we go. So, as you can see with that performance from 187 Black, they've actually squeaked their way to the #1 spot. 94 total points, 41 kills. Fiji, they did not do so well that 3rd round. But 90 points, 29 kills, only 4 points right now difference between 187 Black and Fiji. It is definitely becoming a battle for first place. Hacks right now coming in 3rd with 67 points, 32 kills. Mena 4th place, 49 points, 7 kills. And Ghost Melee Elite 45 points, 7 kills as well.
Look at that! Like say top strikers to Mena 4, going from getting up to 4th place or being down in 8th place is only 10 points difference. So Mena 4 is supposed to be elite. Misfire, Thunder Buddies, top strikers. Either one of those teams, it really does well. They can really go from in 8th to 4th place. Is a lot of points. I mean, you're going from if 8th is 9 and 4th is 16 points.
I mean, definitely as well for OUTcast Alpha, especially because they're one of the top 3 teams overall in the season unofficially. Right now, they're currently in 9th place right now, but only, as you stated, what is that, roughly 12 points away from Mena 4 that's in the top 4. So all it takes is for OUTcast Alpha, if they can clutch this or get in like a top 3 position with a few kills, they can definitely maybe knock off Metaphor or
That's
Ghost made
such a
elite,
good point.
and then be able to kind of maintain the with the rest of the top 3 teams, because once they start losing points, that's when it gets a little harder to gain them. Right now, it's pretty even, it's pretty close, top 3, but we'll see.
And Vikendi is a map that works so well into Outcast Alpha.
Yeah, you know, that is true. That is very true. Outcast Alpha does very well in Vikendi.
Very, very well. We've seen it. They do very well on these Vikendi maps. Going from compound to compound, rotating into the zone early, getting a compound, holding it. That's really kind of feeds into Outcast's gameplay. So we'll have to see if that. If there was a map that Outcast Alpha needed to do well in, this would be the best. They're in the best situation now.
They're definitely if they can pull in like a top 3, and especially if the bottom 4 don't perform so well, that definitely would work to their advantage. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll see Fiji and 187 Black go down early for some reason.
What's good about this is all these teams, all the teams in the top 10, really, they're going into this. They've had 3 matches, but all the teams in the top 10. If they can do very well, if they get themselves a top 3 finish, they're gonna be very successful. They're gonna score a lot of points tonight. But it's on them. You know, they can. It's all talk until everyone can have a play until you get punched in the face. That's what Mike Tyson said. And I think it's really time for these top 10 teams to either like step up or kind of like step up or shut up. This is your time. We can talk, we can practice, we can articulate, all this stuff. But at the end of it, you got to go out there and do it. And all these teams in the top 10 and then scrims today have an opportunity to really be successful if they play well.
Let me pull out my cheat sheets. Let's see. So we are missing. Oh, okay, never mind. Abel's fat cheeks. I don't think they haven't been in all night. Yeah.
No, they've not been in. But I don't know who's in 21.
The Woo.
The Woo. I guess they decide that's the Woo is like that. They're a team that kind of is I want to say borderline self-destructive in regards to like. They miss a lot of matches. They don't show up with 4 players, and I don't think they're not going to show up for this last match. And the Woo, I think, is a top 10 team going into this event.
I think they said they have other stuff going on after between this time. I think that's what it is. Definitely sucks because, like you said, they do have the capability of getting into those top spots. Trick. I mean, look at Trick right now.
Trick is the all-time kill leader. Who's supposed to be in 22?
The Bad Company. Bad Company? Are they the other team that's missing?
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have a couple of teams less than we did last round, but overall still decent spot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, you got 73 players, and it's there's so many. Like we said before, so many variables. Teams, whether good or bad, make decisions to play or not play, and it's just. The ability that you get points. The only thing that you can do as a team right now is to show up for every single match, every single scrim. If you do that, you put yourself in such an advantage over the rest of the teams that don't do that. It's really. I've seen a lot of teams that have had Misfire had a really bad match on Wednesday. Always got 1 placement point, but because they show up for every match, they were still able to stay in the top 13. And now they're currently 6th place going in this match. So they can score a lot of points and maybe move up. But if they miss matches, if you miss events, the chances are so slim.
Yeah, especially since we're just only 2 weeks into an 8-week event.
So if we're a quarter of the way through, and I know you've done millions seasons and competitions. When you're in your experience, what percentage of a season has to kind of go through before you really get a good feel of who's going to be successful and who's the top tier and who's maybe the top?
Well, normally if you can tell right away when there's a team that's breaking off from the rest of the teams, but with it being so tight right now, I want to say we're probably not going to see someone breaking away from everyone to probably the 5th week, maybe somewhere around the middle of the 4th week. It just depends on how this map actually does right now. Because when 187 is ahead, right now, Outcast Alpha, 9th place. If they can somehow clutch this map, and we discussed how they do like Vikendi, they do perform well in Vikendi. If they can clutch this one and get maybe 5th, 4th place for tonight, that is definitely a lot more points than down there at 9th place. and they can kind of stay with Hacks and
Mhm.
187. But I want to say like the 5th week we'll probably around the 5th week we'll start seeing a team break out from the rest.
I know that with the unique scoring
Or
system,
teams.
we could only score 30 points. That was one of the factors that you see. I've seen a lot of seasons that a team just dominates and gets 600-700 points ahead of everybody else.
Yeah,
And
so
it really is so
it
this
gets-
way the most you can lose is 29 points. The most you can be behind if you come in 16th and to the first place team, the most that can be is 29 points.
This is not a good thing for Team Hacks. Down goes Luis early, getting taken out by Team Drop. Downer has been knocked. And I got the stupid parachute glitch. Audio
And
glitch
Misfire
going on.
and OUTcast Charlie are like right on top of each other.
It's so weird not seeing Outcast over there at Winery. They quite often take that lower part of the zone. The Forgotten taken Villa. Looks like everyone forgot to hot drop there. And they are by themselves, so which is
and
good.
Nobody goes Castle. I always say in these scrims, no one ever goes Castle. Go to Castle. That's
and
what I
they
always
still
say,
don't
but
go
no
to
one listens.
Castle. Yeah, no one listens. No one ever listens. I want to switch around between people so that way I can get rid of this. There you go. Finally. That parachute glitch is so annoying having to hear the wind the whole time. Down goes Downer, getting knocked again. This is the second knock. He's going to bleed out a little bit faster. Hacks is one of those teams that like to push the moment they get a knock. And down goes Cobra, so that's going to actually prevent the push right there. Not only that, too, but they've lost Luis, so now they're just down to just 2 players up. They cannot afford to go down too early this round right now. Misfire getting into it with Outcast Charlie.
They're just running through OUTcast Charlie right now.
Oh, and down goes Madman. Yeah, that is.
The problem was I mean, I feel bad for the OUTcast Charlie team because they were all split up, and so OUTcast has stayed together as a group and just pushed 4v1 4 times.
Yeah.
And was able to take him out.
AWM M249 8x scope coming down to Outcast Bravo. Let's go back over to Hacks and Team Drop. Downer and Zeus now the only ones up. So this is now turned into a 2v2 situation. In the meantime, let's go check to see if there's anyone else close to each other. I'm not seeing it really. Team 25 and Team 8 inside of Tovar. It's a pretty big little, not huge place, but definitely a lot of tall buildings there. And of course Gorka. So Valkyrie's the only one left for Team 18, the Goodfellas Bravo. Down goes Drop Downer, down goes Zeus, down goes Team Drop, finished off by Hacks inside of Sabat. Well, actually, I've just realized that. I found out Japanese letter person. His name is Devour. On Twitch over there. So then we can stop calling him.
Devour.
We'll just say Devour now.
Okay, well now it's just some random person. Okay, I know who Devour is. Okay, I was like, who is this random person that's melting the server down? All right, it's Devour. All right, well that makes more sense now.
There you go. And plus, now we don't have to go through that long ass name of Japanese letter person. You know, now we could just call him Devour.
Japanese letter person of unknown gender.
Of unknown gender, yes. Really, I mean, when you got a name, when your name is like literally a whole sentence, it's probably not a good thing. All right, so I do see Ghost Melee League kind of close next to Outcast Alpha. Let's take a look at C-Dub and Gold driving around in their snowmobile. Getting some loot. Goldie should hear somebody. In fact, Rage just kind of stopped. Never mind, it looks like he had crashed, actually. Ooh, Rage, don't go that way. Don't go that way. Worst place you could have gone, buddy. Oh, can he make it past there? No! The moment I seen it was 6 of them out, dude. That's like the worst place you want to go by yourself. Down goes
And how often
Rage.
does that happen? When you have like one of three choices and you choose the wrong decision. I mean, that happens to me all the time.
I mean, it's bad enough
Yeah.
to go like to just like any team in general, like a full team, but for it to be 187 that you're gonna go against all by
Exactly.
yourself, it's
You're
like
like,
wow,
"Ah,
yeah.
jeez."
There's nothing really you can do with those kind of situations when they come up. You just kind of gotta go through it. He was very close to being able to escape. Let's go back over to Ghost Melee Elite. I do see Ghost Michael and someone from, let's see, who is this, Gold, pretty close to each other. It looks like they've separated somewhat. And now C-Dub and Brownie, no vehicle, so they're having to travel around by themselves. And looks like OUTcast, the remaining members of OUTcast are currently right now trying to look for a vehicle, though. Hopefully they don't get themselves blown up in this red zone. I kind of don't want to watch, but then I kind of do want to watch, just in case.
Oh, I want to watch. I'm watching. I love it. I mean, I don't want it to happen, but if it has to happen, I'm not going to complain.
It's content, man. You got to do it for the content. Okay?
They got themselves out of there. Everyone got out of the red zone.
Oh, look at that. They're getting chased now by Ghost Melee Elite.
Oh, I like it. I mean, Ghost Melee
Yeah,
Elite
drive-by.
just being aggressive.
Although I will say this, Gold has a Tommy gun with 50 rounds in it. We all know that Tommy does. Oh, down goes C-Dub. And Gold just switches over and just takes off. Those are some quick reaction times by Gold. Go, go, go. To the safety of Brownie.
He crashes.
Oh, wow. GG's. Down goes Savage.
Wow.
And down goes Stanky. Cobra has been knocked by Artemis. This is a 1v1 Devourer versus Fatboy.
Oh, where's
the
Fatboy's
Molly
grenade right now?
Oh, just a little further. Wait, it gets
got
him.
him.
It got him with the Molly.
Fatboy clutches it.
Dude, with the Molly. Very nicely done, Fatboy. Let's go back over to Savage for Ghost Melee
MVP
Elite.
of misfire. First match, third match, staying alive, get those points, and now this
But dude,
clutch.
on
Wow, that
hacks,
clutch.
though, on hacks.
Oh, wow.
18th
Kudos
place.
to Fatboy. Wow.
So it looks like
and a little backstory. Originally, Fatboy was going to be a sub for tonight for a couple of the matches. Didn't like it. Thought he was playing really well. Wanted to give out a good rotation. He was playing his best games. Didn't want to be a sub. Obviously, showing us why he shouldn't be a sub. Pretty much MVPing for Misfire tonight.
that is definitely a clutch Molly if I've ever seen. I've seen clutch grenades, never a Molotov cocktail for the clutch right there. He was about to revive the remaining two teams, his two teammates right there. Very nicely done. I thought that Molly could have gone just like a meter or two. No, it got there perfectly the moment it started to spread. I don't think Devourer was expecting the spread of that Molly towards him.
Because it happens so quickly, it hits, it spreads so fast. You don't get that little tink, tink, tink that you get with a grenade, so you can kind of like try to move if you have an opportunity.
That is definitely very true. Most of the time you
But
get
now,
some
but they've
kind of
only
reaction.
but there's still 17 teams left. They got a lot of work, and they have who's it? The Forgotten kind of. They still have to get into the zone, so they still have a lot of work to do to keep that 6th place finish they have so far.
Elma Mont has been knocked. Mamba is knocked. Yam trying to take off. Just giving away his position. Run, Yam, run. Gets one knock. Tries to go for the thirst.
Oh.
Twists. Is saved. He tried to go for the thirst. It's just a little too late, unfortunately.
It's always so difficult. You want to get that kill. You want to get that point, but
I think it's more like try to ruin it for the other team. Like, all right, I'm gonna die, but you know what? I'm gonna take at least one of you with me. Having less than a full squad definitely sucks towards the end of the zones. 187 right now, opting to wait towards the end, heading in towards the south.
Yeah, usually what it's was a little bit earlier to rotate in. They're the ones that tend to get a nice good spot. But look at like Dream Killers Team 8. Got a nice center spot right next to Team 24. But
Uh-oh.
the teams are trying to
Sani
get in there.
should spot Mr. Zebra. Oh no, he looked behind him because of the flare and did not spot. Okay, now he's kind of gotten himself a little bit of a trouble. Wait, what?
They're all just driving right past each other like that.
Yeah, I totally expected him to get himself in trouble right there. Looks like 187 just decided to get in zone and get a decent position.
Jumps out of his vehicle and jumps in a building. Like, oh my god, there's so many vehicles by me. Just jumps in a vehicle and they're all gone. And he's like, okay, maybe I overreacted.
Let's go check out Dream Killers and Team Thunder Buddies. And here comes a push by Thunder Buddies, Team 24. And Trasher knocked. I think he was prepping a nade right there.
I like how where Juni is over there on the side right there. I don't know
if
they know if he's over there. And if he could just get I guess they do. They just throw a grenade at him.
Yeah, Amanda very nearly got that nade on Juni. Juni now healed up. Cartels is knocked. Here goes the molly. Another molly right at Trasher.
Oh.
Amanda trying to run away, but unfortunately walked through the molly. Down goes Amanda. The mollies, Vikendi is notorious for having a bunch of mollies. It's like, I don't know why they decided, you know what, this is a snowy stage, so let's keep everybody warm with a bunch of Molotov cocktails.
Well, it's working. Because we usually see a few grenade kills, but the mollies are out in effect tonight.
I've always felt like they should have gave the mollies maybe a little bit more, potentially like a second or so more burn time and maybe potentially a little bit more damage. Because oftentimes, especially because when it first lands, right? I've seen so many people like throw a molly, it lands literally right next to them, but they're still able to walk away because by the time it spreads out, it's not like the spread's not instantaneous. So you are able, a lot of the times, able to just to like jump right over it and get lucky, but. I feel like
that it should be like fill an entire room, like whatever room you're in, no matter how big it is, or not. I mean, obviously, if it's a huge like a warehouse.
Like a spread should be a little bit bigger as well, yeah.
Yeah, it should be, and then it should do damage like longer because obviously it's a flame liquid that's on you, it's burning you, and it should take the damage, even if it doesn't kill you, should be enough that like if you don't heal immediately, you will get knocked.
Because I've seen people full health take get a molly tossed at them, and it maybe does like 30-40% damage to them, so they're still rocking like half their health. It should, if you have full health and you get hit by a molly like that, it should get you down like probably like to 30.
And it shouldn't really matter if you have like a level 3 helmet or level 3
yeah,
because you're on fire. It's not like you're not getting shot.
Yeah, exactly. So you're taking burn damage if that's even a thing. All right, so we have Ghost Melee Elite and let's see, who is this? Infamous, right next to each other. They're actually the only team on this side of this river right now.
And look at this rotation that Misfire made. They went all the way from like Creatures all the way up through the blue, up all north. They came down south of Trevno to get that good rotation on the East Coast side. So put themselves in a pop position. 10 HP, also get themselves a nice little spot in the south. A lot of teams.
Zone's about to shift.
A lot of teams don't know this map as well, and they're good. They just want to get a nice compound, stay safe, stay secure, and let the other teams kill themselves, get those points.
All right, so now these teams are both gonna have to move from here, several hundred meters away from the zone. Ghost Melee Elite obviously is gonna have to push towards them. Let's see, can he get around right there? I mean, I guess he could technically. Oh, Bits has been knocked by Mena 4 FP. FP, the only surviving member of Mena 4. And in fact, I think Mena 4 Bravo has been wiped, so Mena 4 Bravo's not in here as well.
Look at all these teams again. All these teams down south. Brohim, Team 19, 187 Black, top strikers, all down there in the south have to push up into that cement factory, and then teams already going to maybe try to get in a cement factory. It looks like that's going to be a place where there's going to be some action in the next couple of minutes, especially with
the West Coast right now, the East Coast right now. Empty.
Yeah, this Fiji team kind of not doing very well in the last match, but still doing so well in the first two matches, right behind 187 Black. If those two teams kind of run into each other early in the match, because I mean, you look at Murda all by himself, kind of reconning up forward by himself, and the other guys kind of coming in behind. But it looks like only Zebras in a vehicle, and Clown and Jokes are going to try to take it on foot, which is kind of a unique way to rotate, I guess.
It looks like Murda has found himself a decent spot.
Oh,
in the
and so
zone.
is Clown. Well, they've all got themselves kind of a vehicle now.
Oh, Demon and the rest of Infamous. Wow, and down they go. Dude, that Zima does not like getting shot at all. I just barely switched over. That was an entire, I think that was an entire, let's see, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. That was an entire squad right there. So one of these guys got all the kills.
I tell you, I know we've said that once, but say it again. Don't rotate in one vehicle an entire squad.
I mean, if at all possible, yeah. Even if you have to take like
I would say keep one guy, just you run. Well, the three of us will drive, you run, just in case we get shot. You know, it's so dangerous.
Like, even if you have to take like a snowmobile, just to be on the safe side, because if you're all in the same vehicle, especially those vehicles like that vehicle right there, it doesn't take a whole lot of damage to blow it up.
You're 100%
Always
correct.
You want to at least have at least 2 vehicles, so that way that doesn't happen to you.
We've lost, 14 teams. We're only 18 minutes in. Every match, this I don't know what's gotten into people on this Friday night. Maybe they're just extra frisky, extra violent. But every one of these matches, we've been 5 to 10 minutes ahead of schedule in regards to how many players should still be alive. People just killing each other left and right all night tonight.
We have True Esports right across the street from OUTcast Bravo. OUTcast Bravo getting shot at by OUTcast Alpha. And look at that, the zone shifts. 187 in zone. Looks like Misfire's going to have to rotate a little bit. Look at this entire northeast side of the zone. Nobody in there. Almost everyone concentrated to the south side, especially the southwest. I have a feeling, though, that Ghost Melee Elite's going to kind of shift towards the north right now. That would actually be a smart play right now, seeing as there's not that many teams there. 187 as well, making their way into the zone.
I mean, obviously, it'd be a good idea if Misfire started stream sniping, because they could be like knee deep in Peshkova right now. Just kind of got themselves locked on, but obviously just pushing into the zone each time, and get themselves a nice safe location, getting those ranking points. Because we're still at 14 teams left, and although that's only still 3 points for the team that finishes right now. You want to get that top 10, where you can start making some real points.
It just kicked me out of the game. Oh, no.
This happened on Wednesday, and we had to go to radio mode. Can you get back in, or are you out?
It kicked me out, and I'm going to see if it lets me back in.
Well, I will talk. This almost the same thing happened on Monday.
Fingers crossed, so
and
let's see back
I had
in.
to literally describe the action like we were watching the radio, or we're listening to the radio.
Back before television days, huh? There we go.
Because
wow.
You still have, okay, good. Because the Ghost Melee Elite, Dream Killers, and Brohim all down in that southwest corner have to push in. But Mena 4, look at that. Mena 4 and OUTcast Bravo already I'm sorry. Mena 4,
Forgotten.
Forgotten, and all three of them on top of each other.
FP's going to mess this up potentially for the Forgotten. Ooh, down goes Cal. What a very nicely placed nade. Coming in from OUTcast Bravo. I'm not sure who threw it. One of them did.
What a strong,
and
nice
down
strong
goes
push by OUTcast
Lust.
Bravo.
Blade knocked. Gizmo knocked. Bukara knocked. Down goes the Forgotten. Finished off. And look at this. FP's still in here.
Oh.
FP is still chilling in here. Where is he at? He's up. Look at, he has a trap set up. I like what I'm seeing here.
Oh god, I want to see. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. He's gonna show up and he's gonna shoot that gas can. Oh, that's so awesome. This better work.
I know, I'm kind of watching it from like a
Me too.
off angle here.
Oh man, I want this to work so bad.
Zone is gonna be closing in 38 seconds. They're reloading. They don't know there's anybody up there. They're gonna eventually want to go up there because there is people shooting at them. They're gonna want to get a better angle. Here comes Mr. Bacon.
Oh,
he gets one.
Bacon. No idea.
He's preserving his gas can.
Here they come. He's gonna shoot.
Oh no! He wasn't able to. Wow, he did get the thirst on Mr. Bacon though. Very nicely done. I thought I was about to see at least 2 people get knocked right there. That's unfortunate.
Poor Mr. Bacon. You know, he's up there just to check out that window, and this guy just laying there. How frustrating is he gonna be right now? Like, he just runs up there. There's a team up there.
I mean, the whole time they've just been chilling in the bottom. They didn't know anyone was up there, obviously.
But OUTcast Bravo, a great job. They wipe an entire squad, plus they get another kill. That's usually been the issue for them. So kudos to those guys. Get that squad wipe, and not only that, staying in the match, get more points.
Here comes Broham coming in from behind Dream Killers. And if I remember correctly, Dream Killers were previously Broham. Am I right?
Yes, Dream Killers was Broham Elite, and now Broham the Broham team was the second team, Broham Alpha. Oh, look at this! You got Team 19 coming up right onto Misfire.
Down goes OUTcast. Finished off by, I think, Top Strikers. Either that or kind of between either that or it could have been 187. They are close by. And here comes True Esports coming in towards man, it's laggy a little bit. Looks like ED, the only one up. Jay White's up as well. And down goes ED. Jay White now the only one up. And down goes Jay White.
Wow.
Did not know he was coming from behind. And Mass now. He's about to go down. Down goes Mass. Leaving only Martinez and Pro Junior up. Look at that. Look at the zone shift. Just so happens to favor Team 187. So they're not gonna have to probably push. They might not even have to move from this position. Let's go check out Misfire. Fat Boy has been knocked. And down goes Vulcan.
Squad.
That is this. That is Team Fiji.
Yeah, I mean they ran into an entire squad. They got a not good enough, but still able to have a lot of good matches. Plus that date that Molly was worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Just that whole clip alone right there was worth the night. All right, so we still have 187 and Fiji. Both teams real close to each other. 187, 94 points unofficially, of course, and Fiji with 90 points. $187 getting second place for tonight can lessen the sting for Team Hacks and OUTcast. Down goes Pro Junior, finished off by 187, coming outside the zone to do it. Team 8. Oh no, don't go that way. Don't go. Wow, GG's. He's very fortunate he did not get blown up right there.
Exactly. Oh, look at Junior's. Was the only one left.
Oh, the nade! Wow, I can't believe I actually was able to catch that nade. That thing blew up mid, like I think it blew up in the air right in front of Cash. That was like a holy nade right there, just like a Hail Mary right there. Each team exchanging a knock so they can't push each other. Right at the very edge of the zone. Team 20 does have to push inwards though. They have to move inwards. A lot of mollies being used tonight. And here comes the zone.
And now look at this zone. Look at where are you gonna go now? I mean, in this zone, like, where are you chillaxing as a squad? Well, now that you have this compound where Team 20 and 17 are together, and now everybody else just running out of space. I want to see where this next zone takes everybody. Oh, it hasn't come in yet. Because, I mean, once these compounds get pushed
187
down,
gets zone.
Oh wow, 187. I mean, the rich get richer. What are you gonna do? They're perfectly in zone, 10 HP in that. 10 HP. Team that was doing very well early in the match, but
And down goes
fell
Team Sneaker Meetup, taken out by True Esports as they get the revive on Cash. Ghost Melee Elite. Michael has been knocked. Souza. And down goes Ghost Melee. Souza very nearly knocks. Team Fiji now with 5 kills. Still alive, although they're going to have to push towards zone. Let's see if 10 HP can help Team 19 get in zone. Trying to kind of keep 187 busy. 187 definitely the ones right now with the best position in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Only
You're
ones in
definitely
zone.
100% correct. Plus, not
Elevated.
only that, they've got
They got a full
10
squad,
kills
10
already.
kills, yeah.
I mean, they're just kind of like finishing up, trying to like not
Here
make
comes
a big
True
mistake.
Esports. And they're just full sending to the middle. Down goes Twisties. Down goes Cash. Wow, that was
Yeah, that was, that didn't work out very well.
full send it off the cliff.
Demos
Souza knocked. Down goes Souza. Knocked by Demos, but I don't even think Demos got the kill. Sani's about to get knocked. 187. They just have the best zone right now. Nobody behind them. Everyone's just in front of them, except for Team 12. They've kind of been a little quiet, but we'll see. The next zone shift will decide everything.
This team we talked to earlier in the night, they did very, very well in that first match, but then they got crushed in Miramar. We haven't really talked to them since then. So obviously they're just trying to be very strong to get a top 5-4 finish in this last match.
And down goes Frosty, Sonny, and UNKNE Isu. And here comes the zone. Zone always forces everyone to make decisions they don't want to do, unfortunately. Down goes Sonny. Mr. Zebra has been knocked. Down goes Team 19. Fiji coming in 4th place.
And now it's just True. The team we talked to right before this, we started with Demos. Team
Look
we
at
talked
the
to
zone.
earlier, Bliss and those guys. And then, of course, the villains, 187 Black, just up there on top, holding court over everybody. Just, pretty much come to your death. We're going to kill you. But you know what? Just 10 HP and True maybe have a little bit different idea of how this match should end. See, if Goldie had a couple grenades, he could just chuck them up there. That'd be very, very good.
Oh yeah, right there where they're at, because there's Mr.
Yeah,
Zebra and.
I would just
Murder
like,
right next to each other.
if I had like 5, I would just throw them all up there. So just
Down
together,
goes
just all
Booty
over.
Bandit. 10 HP Prod has been knocked. Thirsted as well.
Bliss super low. Just gotta move.
The zone's gonna hurt super bad.
Yes, Bliss, you can't heal. You just gotta go.
He tried to take a painkiller. I don't know why.
It's not gonna work.
Down he goes.
Oh, but Goldie gets murder.
Goldie trying to get the.
Oh, he's so low.
Okay,
Goldie,
gets the thirst at least. And down goes Goldie.
Finished.
It's a 1v3. Down goes Mr.
There.
Zebra.
Just stay.
Oh, down goes. The zone decides it didn't even get the points for the knocks.
Wow.
Jokester carrying right now for 187 Black. First place, 19 kills for 187. True Esports coming in second with 8 kills, and 10 HP coming in third with 3 kills. GG's, man. 187 did not have to move from their position almost the entire time from when they got to theirs. I want to say the fourth zone.
And random, it's going to be unofficial, but I think it took 6 events. But after 6 events, I think that we're going to see 187 Black taking over the #1 spot in the power rankings unofficially. But a team that we thought from the get-go was a team that was a team to beat. That was a team. They started out pretty slowly, and it's taken them 2 weeks, 6 events. But I think after tonight, they have finally kind of they've gotten the points, and now they are going to be most likely in first place going into week 3 for that big Monday pregame show. So I'm sure that'll make Duke very, very happy, as that was a team that he picked to win the whole thing.
All right, let me go ahead and turn in these scores real quick so that way we can get an unofficial scores before.
I can't wait to see these unofficial scores, because so many teams got knocked out early, and I mean, it was super, super close. I mean, 187 Black did do very, very well, but Fiji starting very strong, and then kind of falling off, then coming back strong at the end. True, same thing with 10 HP, having a top 3 finish, and then falling off the middle parts, then coming back. I mean, it was a real epic battle. Teams not giving up, starting out strong, kind of falling apart, then coming back. I mean, I'm really going to be excited to see how these scores are. And only that, I'm going to be really excited to put these into the power rankings so we know how these teams go. Because I think it's going to be, I think that although 187 Black is going to take the lead, I think we're just going to tighten up that much more tighter in that top 10 rankings.
Yeah, I think that that one point, especially with OUTcast going down a little earlier, definitely gonna affect their ranking for this week.
Yeah, I mean, and so what I say is that, like, we said it's so important. You got to play all these events and do what it takes, because I mean, OUTcast Alpha has a bad night. They had a bad Wednesday. They kind of carried it over until Friday. But if you know OUTcast Alpha, that's a team that's going to essentially seed up. He's going to go into the video. He's going to review it. He's going to see exactly what they did wrong, and he's going to try to fix it. And we've seen it so many times where they'll have a couple of bad matches, and then the next match they'll peel off 2 or 3 victories in a row, and really put themselves up there. So we're going to see it. And with that said, before tonight, we've had 35 teams already participate in at least one event, and I think 223 individuals play. So
Nice.
we're getting a lot of players and a lot of teams. I mean, 35 teams have participated in that only 2 weeks. So I mean, I think it'll probably slow down, because it's only. But if that went on the way it was, you're looking at what, like almost 120 teams that would participate by the time the thing's over. I think that's a little foolish, because obviously, we start out with 20 new teams, and we've gotten 1 or 2 new teams every single match, and it continued on with today. I think that let me look at this team. Thunder Buddies, I think, is the one that we never had before, but Sneaker Meetup has only been in 1 event. Fiji has been only in 1 event. The Uprise only, I think, is only their 2nd event. If Abel's Fat Cheeks had showed up, that would only been their 2nd event. So a lot of teams that only show for a couple events here and there, but yet still have a huge effect on the results.
Just showing these commercials. I was supposed to show them between every round, and I totally forgot to right now, so I do apologize for that. I think we might have some scores, some unofficial scores.
We do, sir.
Let's go ahead and let me finish this commercial. We'll actually save this file anyways. Save.
The best time is when I'm scrambling for the interview guy to get in there. That's when Nikki runs him. He's like, I can't get him. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna play a commercial. Shut up.
All right, let's go ahead and look at the final results. Of course, these are unofficial scores, okay, guys? Mistakes can't always happen, and we're all human. So let's go ahead and take a look. Currently, unofficially, at the winners of tonight's mixed scrims, the HyperX Scrim Season 1 Week 2. the final night of week 2. And as you can see, 187 Black taking the lead, 143 points, 60 kills for tonight. Not bad at all, 60 kills. GG's. Definitely a very dominant performance at the for the last round. Fiji coming in second with 111 points, 34 kills. Hacks dropping down to third, 74 points, 38 kills. Ghost Melee Elite able to stay in the top 4, 61 points, 9 kills. And Misfire topping in the top 5 with 58 points, 16 kills. And as you guys can see the rest of those scores right there, 10
let
HP
me
dropping
give you a
down.
little heads up. Ghost May Elite, a team that has played in multiple matches. They came into this event in 22nd place after 5 events in the power rankings. So obviously a huge point plus up for these Ghost May Elite guys. A team that was, like I said, having a little bit of trouble in 22nd place out of 35, but this 4th place finish is going to shoot them up the rankings, and I'm sure they're very happy with that result tonight. Especially not only the result, but also doing it over 4 matches and just is staying with it and being successful on this Friday. Because I tell you what, a lot of teams, we've seen it, don't have the mental stamina to play, to stay this concentrated, this on the game for 4 matches. I've talked to a lot of players, and they kind of say, and they say they get kind of absent-minded. They get a little ADD in the 4th match because they've been focusing so hard in 3 matches, and they're kind of used to 3 matches that when that 4th match comes in, it's a real stressor for them. So kudos to Ghost May Elite for that nice 4th place finish. And speaking of that, we have, hold on a second. We are lucky enough to have both the leader of OUTcast and the coach, Brownie and C-Dub. So first of all, guys, not as I know on Wednesday you guys kind of had a poor showing, but I think kind of everybody did. It was a very weird event on Wednesday. I mean, Hacks 19th place, Misfire 21st place, OUTcast Alpha 15th place, Forgotten 13th. A lot of teams not really doing as well as they had in the past, but you guys come in, you guys do a little bit better tonight, but I'm sure that what is it, 11th? What was it? Place? 10th is not. You guys are so hyper focused on those top 5 finishes that obviously I presume that it's something you want to improve on going into next week.
Well, we really just didn't want to make a fool out of you, Pickford. You're always bragging on our consistency, so we didn't want to come in and have too big of a change from last week.
I mean, I agree. I mean, I talk about it not only on this thing, but I talk about it to other people too. And I'm like, I mean, that's the thing that I really respect about this OUTcast Alpha team is that you guys don't make stupid mistakes. I mean, and if you hear me on stream, I'll say stuff like, I don't understand why they're doing that. And one thing that OUTcast Alpha never does is they never do something dumb. It might not work. It might not be successful, but at least it was a good idea when you guys are planning it out with the information you had. So I do respect all you guys for that.
Well, we appreciate that, and it's that may be seen a bit through rose-colored glasses, or maybe we're seeing it through crap-colored glasses sometimes. when you're on the other end of a 10th place or an 11th place finish, it's easy to pick yourself apart. But all in all, we try to remember that the 10th place is not going to drag us down from where we were to out of the power rankings by any means. So we definitely have some things to work on. I think we had one pretty good game in there and a couple of unfortunate circumstances that changed the outcome for us, but we're already got the drawing board out for Monday.
And you say drawing board, so I know that you are the coach, as you're called that. That's what everyone calls you. And a lot of people go to you. I know I do go to you with questions and stuff like that. When you have a match, okay, so you have a match like Wednesday or a match like Friday. You have a result that you don't think is what you guys can. You're up to your potential. How do you, one, find what the problem is, and then 2, how do you fix that?
Normally, and the guys will probably complain about it, normally we know what the problem is pretty quick. I mean, as it's happening, we've played so much together. Even Watto, he's fairly new to this team, but we were lucky enough to play with him some. Me and Gold were as war criminals. So we know each other well enough, and we know what we're supposed to be doing, that when anything's out of the norm, we're able to pick it out pretty quickly. We try not to dwell on it as much as we used to. We might kind of pitch a fit for a minute, 2 minutes, and once everybody understands and agrees what the issue is, we try to move past it and play the game that we know we're supposed to play next time. Because otherwise, if you make a mistake and you beat yourself up about it for the next game, well then, guess what you're not focusing on is
Yeah,
what you're supposed to be
that's
doing.
true.
So.
And with that said, obviously, for you to be a top, you have to have, everyone has to have a certain level of ego to be successful in this game. You have to be confident in your ability to kill the other guy, or you wouldn't be out here. So obviously, when you have a good group of guys that just or girls that have a little bit of moxie in their gameplay and stuff, how do you balance like the individual ego versus the team needs and stuff like that? Because obviously, no one wants to be called out if they did something wrong. But then if they did something wrong, they got to be corrected. How do you kind of balance the correcting while also not, aggravating some of the guys? Because I know a lot of players, I'm not saying you guys, but a lot of players can be kind of like sensitive in regards to constructive criticism.
They don't last long in Outcast. Unfortunately, I guess if I'm being more honest, I would say they probably don't last last very long around me. That is probably one of my better features and one of my faults as well, is that I'm pretty quick to call out if somebody does something that I think is wrong. I'm pretty quick to call it out. I also like to think I'm pretty quick to call out if I make a mistake or a misjudgment as well. But yeah, guys.
But yeah, you are a very, very humble guy.
But guys who are going to get their feelings hurt, probably shouldn't put your application in, because we're gonna talk about it. We're not gonna call you a dweeb or a slob or a noob or anything like that, but we will definitely let you know that there's some things that you're doing wrong, especially if it's
sometimes that's the hardest things for some people to hear is what's gonna make them better in the long run.
Yeah, and I think that you make a point. One thing that I try to do as leader for Misfire is there's a difference between constructive criticism and being toxic. You can tell somebody that needed help with a certain part of their game and not be toxic about it. I think a lot of guys, you see it in chat, like you're trash, you're the worst, you suck. And I tell you what, I see it. The most I see it is in the tier 1 teams. If you ever listen to some of these, like their in-game audio while they're playing and stuff, they're some of the most toxic, mean people you've ever heard. Tell you how like they're pieces of trash and they suck. And I'm talking about like top tier, like ESL, PMCO players, but. But then they wonder why these teams break up every 15 minutes. When was the last time you saw like a really, really top-notch team stay together for more than 2 months? But that's me on my soapbox. But yeah, I think it can be difficult. I think the best example, and this is kind of off-subject, but the best example of constructive criticism, very gently and very nicely, is the way that Random deals with Oscar. If you're watching Oscar, when Oscar screws up on stream, Oscar will say something off color or do something wrong, and Random is very, very good at like correcting him, telling him that's not acceptable, but doing it in a very, very nice way. It must be because you're a dad or like whatever, but you're very, very good at that.
I have lots of experience from it for sure.
Well, where that Mrs. Random just tells people in the chat to shut their mouths or they're gonna get smacked or you're gonna get banned. She doesn't fool around.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed watching Random. Somebody can go and screw up an entire 25-person room by breaking the rules and grabbing a flare gun or whatever the case may be. And where me, I'd probably what in the world? Oh my God, I cannot believe. Random's like, man, I told you guys, you really shouldn't be doing that. You're just ruining it for everyone. But
dude, what's worse is when it's like it's in Erangel and it's like 20 minutes in, like 25 minutes into at the very end of the match, and then that's when someone decides to be.
I'll tell you what, if the key to most times you screw up, but especially with Random, is if you screw up and you get on there and you truly apologize. And that'll go so
guy.
well.
Yeah.
If you go in there with a competent attitude, then you get, and Random gets mad very rarely. But if you screw up one of his rooms and then you come in there competent attitude,
especially lately with these advanced options not working. I mean, I know
Yeah,
earlier
Wait.
the Miramar, the Miramar map messed up earlier too, and the
Okay,
FPP
so
buttons messes up sometimes. Yeah.
a quick lesson for that. Like I think I've kind of figured it out. Well, I thought I had it figured out before that Miramar round. I think we were the only scrim last week that was able to, that I know about, that was able to consistently have FPP rounds. For whatever reason, for me, if I try to use like the Korean account, it just doesn't work. That we can't make it work.
Yeah. I make it work.
But do you?
Yeah.
Definitely have to talk to you
Okay, look at
afterwards.
so it's super easy, man. You press the FPP button, right? You make the room, you close the room, and then you go back to make the room, and you'll see that it says FPP. That's how dumb of a thing it is. Yeah.
See, the hack that I say hack or whatever that I found of it is if I go into like a classic, like I'm about to start a classic, and I change that to FPP, like my classic game, and then I make the room, well then it works the first time every time. FPP, FPP, FPP. But that's on my normal account.
Now go ahead and use it the way I said, and watch. You'll see it work. Press the FPP option, make the room, close the room, go back to make another room, and you'll see that it's FPP enabled. And then if you want to go back to TPP, same thing. Unfortunately, usually if it doesn't work, so yeah. So
right, and I noticed that like today I had an FPP room for Sandhawk, and then I changed the name after making the room, and it changed itself right back and went back to TPP. But I caught it, and I was able to change it again. I'm assuming that's what happened on Miramar. Is when I changed the room name, it went to FPP again, and I just didn't catch it. So make the room name first. Is what I've learned from that. It's so weird right now, the things they've done. Like used to you can copy and paste room names. You might still be able to with the not room names, but the codes into the game. You might still be able to do it with Android, but I know with iPhone you can't right now. You can't copy and paste anything. I don't know if that's something they did to get rid of people spamming the chats or what, but it's a little bit different.
Probably not, but yeah, it's definitely tough.
So we are now 2 weeks through this season, 2 out of 8 weeks. What have you guys both? I'll ask you guys both, Brownie, Cito, Random, all you guys. What are some of the surprises that you've seen in these matches that you weren't expecting when we started?
Well, I for one would say, I mean, because especially since I've been casting some of these scrims, I've seen hacks throughout, not just in these but in others, and I'm surprised that it looks like they've committed and they potentially gonna still be in second place after tonight, right?
They, from what I'm looking at, I'll have.
The 187 was actually surprised that they weren't first place. That was my surprise, right? Because I've been watching these guys and been seeing them dominate throughout these scrims and others, and I was kind of expecting them to be first place. So seeing them not in first place and Hacks being, and I have heard of some rivalry going on between Hacks and 187 as well. In the OUTcast Discord.
Always in it.
Yeah. So.
And I like how there'll be beefs for OUTcast, but they'll take it to what's the other scrim you have that you guys have such a Castaway. They'll start arguing in a completely different Discord about OUTcast scrims.
We've had people bring in arguments from a completely different clan that's not even to do with our scrims, and somehow or other wind up in I guess it's because it's the only server they have in common. They'll start picking each other in our server, and we're trying to catch up. Like, what are y'all arguing about? Oh, well, something happened over here. All right, cool, go at it.
I've been surprised at how many. I thought that you'd have 20 teams that play all the events, and then maybe the occasional team that would wander in. But just the amount of teams, like I said, 35 teams after 2 weeks. And some teams just decide they're not going to play all the events, and I think I like it because you have these teams like Sneaker, Meetup, and Fiji, and all these teams that come in for event gear, and they really do damage, and really spice it up a little bit. So that's one thing that I thought it kind of we talked about it, but once. Because in the beginning, a lot of teams were coming to me and telling me, well, yeah, you're doing that scrim season, so we can't really play anymore. And I'm glad that word got out that it's not, because I see the signups. It's obviously full of teams. There's a nice wait list for every day, and we're getting unique teams every single week. That's one thing that I was really surprised about.
So, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I'm surprised. Honestly, pleasantly surprised that now there's a little bit of money on the line and things like that. That tends to raise tempers, and people start complaining about this and that and the other. There's some other things that I've been involved in. I am pleasantly surprised at how little drama there's been in the stream chat. People, for the most part, have seemed to understand that, you know, HyperX's name is on it, and they seem to respect that. You know, like I said, 99% of the time, and keep it good, and we appreciate that. And we expected to have hundreds of DMs about, well, we're not happy about this or about that, but that's really not been the case. So,
well, the good thing is that it's pretty much for these teams that have been playing. It's really nothing has changed for them. They're just now it's worth prizes. I mean, the scoring, the power ranking definitely is something new, right? But for the most part, the way they're signing up, nothing's changed for them really. So I think that's why it's gone so smoothly as well.
And also to just add on to what Cena just said, I've got, you know, occasionally so there'll be players or individuals that will disagree with my opinion or my comments about like my commentary, and I'll tell you what, every single person that's DM'd me has with like an issue or said didn't let has always been like super respectful, super like not toxic. Anybody from, you know, going from Drop to Broham to Dead, from Dead Killers. If they think I got something wrong or they don't agree with something, they might they'll give me their reason why and spell it out. But every single person, I've got a few, has always been super respectful, super cool about it. And sometimes I'm wrong, and I'll tell them if I'm wrong. And sometimes it's just a disagreement of opinion. But even if we disagree, no one's been really toxic in regards to like DMs or like even like in overall chat and stuff like that. So I've been very happily surprised with all the teams that have really not. See, what is this Pickford? He's full of crap, you know, whatever, or something like that. So I've been very happy that all the teams have been very, very professional in regards to the casters and how we've been handling it.
Right, like I said, and even the beef that there has been, people have kept in appropriate channels. You know, they haven't put it out super public and embarrassed themselves or any of the OUTcast or the sponsor or anything like that. So again, very pleasantly surprised that the mods aren't having to seems happy. So thank you so much for that, guys.
Yeah, and Pickford, so are we expecting another episode of your pregame show that you do with Duke Cummings this Monday?
Oh, yes, every Monday, but yes, you are 100% correct. 9:45. I'll stay up late tonight. I have to have it done by a certain time tomorrow on Saturday when Duke gets off work, so that he can then put it all into the pregame show, so it can render out. But you're gonna see the same things you've been seeing the first weeks if you've been watching it. You're gonna get the top 10. You're gonna get at least the top 10, probably top 20 frag out cherry topper poppers. You're gonna have a comparison of myself versus Duke's fantasy team, and the 7 cases of Duke Juice White Tiger on the line, currently worth 49,000 Zimbabwe dollars. We're gonna have the all plus. You know, Duke does that weird comparison. They'll compare 2 weird things in there, 2 random players. Plus what we found out that the teams love the most is when we put their teams up there, and we put the stats up. If you want your team on there, you better sign up for Monday and confirm, because that's the number one way to get your team's information on that Monday pregame show is to play on the Monday scrims, get your teams in there and confirm, because that's what Duke is taking the teams that he puts on there from the sign-up roster for Monday night scrims. So plus also then bounces that against the top 10 list. So if you want to get in there, you want to get your team shown and highlighted, make sure to sign up. And if you're a team that I haven't talked to yet, if you're a player I haven't talked to yet, and you want me to talk to you, hit me up in my DMs. You can pin me. You can hit me up in any of OUTcast Discord. Send me a DM. Say, hey, you haven't talked to us. What the heck? I'll make sure to get you in there and get on there.
Get on here. We always can use more people to talk to. So
what's going on this weekend with you, Random? Are you having the
just my 12-hour stream tomorrow? Yeah.
Like I tell you this, I'll be there. I'll probably be crunching numbers while I watch it, because sometimes I just sit back and watch. Just hit up Random 12 hours, multiple, probably 30 to 40 different custom matches minimum. UC, cash, all sorts of great times. Plus, it's just a great time. You can win a lot of money, a lot of UC. The most generous man I've seen in PUBG Mobile gives away hundreds and probably is giving away thousands upon thousands over the past few months in regards to his scrims, especially on those 12-hour Saturday scrims or streams. They're super fun, and I'll be there tomorrow.
Pickford, I'm sorry, C-Dub, did you want to say something before I finish off the stream?
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, Pickford was saying as far as signing up and getting in touch with and everything. Also, at the very top of the server for the Outcast server in the help section, we're asking you guys to please send in your team logos.
Send in your
Yes,
logos, guys.
yes.
If we don't have your logos, we're not going to be able to put them on the power rankings. We're not going to be able to do those amazing overlays that Duke does. So please get those sent in.
Even if you only have it in JPEG, just send it in, and they can convert it to PNG. Just if you have send your logos in. We want to make it, but you guys look as good as possible.
If you don't have one, just text me and tell me that. I'll put you up a square with your name in it. We'll get you if that's okay with you. We'll get you something. Just get in contact with us.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the last night of week 2. Starting Monday, that'll be week 3. Make sure you guys join in for that pre-show with Duke and Pickford. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you guys over there at OUTcast for letting me stream these, and thank you so much HyperX, the